And they don't get it.
All right.
They don't understand it. Like, who is this for is the question.
For me.
Is it for you?
Me? Yeah.
Is this helpful for you if I go to fucking prison? No.
Yes. Yes, actually, yes.
It's not.
It is. I disagree. I totally disagree. Actually, it is. Yeah. Is it helpful for you if you step on a cockroach that's in your kitchen? Yep. Yep. Actually, yes. Yeah, actually, I like that the cockroach is dead. Anyway, Sound Piker, bro, you don't understand. The entire internet came together on this one. You got center left. You got far right. Everyone is singing Kumbaya around the campfire watching this dude collapse.
Please, President Trump, I'll gulp your Cheeto dry. Just let me stay in America.
No! Just pure and utter misery for the Piker household. This dude's getting fucking destroyed everywhere, but it's not only him, actually. Now, this is a bigger story that no one wants to actually address. Hassan Piker might actually be a linchpin in destroying absolute and utter destruction that is coming into our country from China and other communists. All right, breaking. New report from UN Watch reveals that the UN experts accepted millions of dollars from China, Russia, and Qatar before attacking the U.S., Israel, and the West. Pretty interesting stuff, honestly. Right, and obviously it's a whole report. But the point is, they are taking millions from China, Russia, and Qatar, and then they're attacking us. Isn't that weird? Don't you find that weird? In fact, Spanish police raided the headquarters of Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez's ruling Socialist Party. Oh my God! More communists getting absolutely raped. That's brutal. Don't like to hear that. Now, Zohran Mamdani, just to understand how the communism infiltration happens, right? This guy's the mayor of New York right now. He got complete fucking retards to vote for him because he promised them free shit. All right, and he got the immigrants that he told all the immigrants, hey, you're in America and you hate America and you hate white people. Why don't you just take the stuff from the white people and give it to you? And all the migrants are like, holy shit, this guy's so fucking based. I love the way he says that. It's so based when he got this band in office. It was so awesome. Alhamdulillah. Anyway, so this is what he had to say.
When necessary, we will take aggressive legal action to remove negligent owners and property managers.
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean, remove them?
And for buildings that have suffered chronic neglect, we will work to transfer ownership to responsible stewards.
That's right. If they subjectively decide that they don't like your building, they will just transfer the ownership to somebody else. The communism, they're just gonna confiscate your house. Welcome to New York, baby.
Stewards that include community land trusts, nonprofits.
That's right. They're gonna transfer the ownership from you to the community.
Nonprofits, or even the tenants themselves.
I bet you that will not happen. It'll all go to the state. All right, let's be honest. All right, so this is just straight up communism, by the way. All right, just to understand how the infiltration actually works. So Hassan Piker, who campaigned to get that guy elected, is obviously a very important agent of the Chinese Communist Party or whatever other foreign interest is trying to rape our country. All right, just understand. So this is Hassan basically kind of sort of admitting that he broke federal law.
And I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not great.
W, let's go.
The news
Jail.
is not great.
Put him away.
Okay?
Lock him up.
I mean, it's bullshit, but
It's bullshit.
still not
God,
great.
he's so scared.
That,
He's so scared. It's amazing. I love it.
you know, they're after your boy. They're up my ass.
They're up his ass. They're after your boy. All right, so he knows he broke federal law, in my opinion. I think he knows all this, and he's terrified that he's going to jail. Now, if you actually want to see a little bit of Nostradamus magic, all right, you can look at some of my videos covering his Cuba trip. Hassan Piker will be arrested for his Cuba trip 2 months ago, and also another video over here. Hassan responded he's going to go to jail. I am just saying, Nostradamus strikes again. It's really good. All right, definitely subscribe. But anyway, so, saying the quiet part out loud, far-left streamer Hassan Piker named Neville Roy Singham as the funding vehicle behind political operations that operate under nonprofit labels. Now, my favorite thing is the fact that, you got this billionaire in China that's out there funding Hassan as, this AstroTurf fuckboy trying to promote communism, and he's just dumb as fucking mud. He's just dumb as rocks. All right, and they're trying their best to AstroTurf this guy, and he's just fucking stupid as shit. He ends up exposing their entire operation. Fox News has now hired reporters to monitor Hassan Piker's Twitch stream stream all day. This seems like the kind of punishment Zeus would come up with when one of the Greek mortals were like a bit of an asshole. It's like forced to watch Hassan Piker streams all day, I guess. Now, this is an old clip of Hassan that just resurfaced, and it's pretty insane because he basically admits to treason in this clip. Before getting too deep into the chaos, free cash was promised to me 3,000 years ago. One thing I recently added to my daily routine is using free cash for a few minutes here and there. If I'm gonna play games as a time sponge, I might as well make some money out of it. Free cash is a fun and easy way to earn real money by doing simple tasks while already on your phone. Play games, complete surveys, do simple tasks, and turn your bathroom break into an investment. I've been enjoying playing Call of Dragons on free cash, a high payout strategy-based building game. You get instant payouts with a really easy process through PayPal, Amazon, or Visa. There's already over $250 million paid out to over 60 million users worldwide. It's a win-win. They get someone to test out their games and fill out their surveys, and you get paid. Use the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description to sign up and get a $10 bonus today. Now, back to the chaos. Every individual sign up literally supports the channel. So if you could click the link in the description and do the thing, that would be very appreciated.
I want to go to Cuba. Would you be down?
I fucking love Cuba.
Oh yeah, you'd be down?
Yeah, I filmed a documentary there.
They hit my contact from the embassy.
Ah, he's in direct contact with the communist adversarial government, literally torturing the Cuban people. Isn't that fucking awesome that he admits this shit? But I don't know how he admits this. But he's doing it for free.
And told him that if the
I'm sure you have like all the people around him like just trying to fucking kill him before he says anything. His lawyers immediately just shooting themselves in the head.
only thing stopping us from coming to Cuba was the
This dude's doing the big slurp. He's like, yo, fucking stop!
internet access. We can make it happen.
Stop!
Yeah, Cuba is sick. Wait,
So yeah, of course. It's
No, don't admit that our adversarial government that we have sanctions on is talking to you directly to do propaganda for them. No, don't admit that you're literally abating a foreign enemy. Oh, that's treason. Assad, please. But he's fucking retarded. Man, you see, my favorite thing about this saga is not only is he, like, cartoonishly evil, torturing his dog, going to brothels in Germany that sex traffic children, cartoonishly evil, supportive of every Islamic terrorist he could fucking think of. He just fucking admits to be working with foreign governments.
well, not recently.
Oh, no, yeah, bro, it's just so bad. So he reacted to this clip that went viral, and dude, his reaction is even better.
None of this is illegal, okay? As an American,
Doing propaganda for a foreign adversary is illegal. That is providing material support to a foreign enemy. It is considered treason, punishable by death or up to 10 years in prison. All right, hello?
American citizen, you can
If you're an American citizen, you can literally do treason as an American citizen. I love that he thinks this is a defense.
literally be in correspondence with individuals in another country. The American restriction.
I love how he waters down every description he ever made. He's doing propaganda for a foreign adversary. He's like, you can talk to people in other countries. Yeah. All right, Hassan, let's see how this works.
Restrictions on this stuff are fucking idiotic. I have a journalism visa.
He disagrees with America's sanctions against an adversary. Well, that makes it okay to do propaganda for a foreign enemy.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He has a journalism visa. He can do terrorism now.
And what's really funny about it is that every single media outlet that goes to Cuba does this as well.
No,
CNN.
they actually don't do propaganda. They do reporting. You did propaganda. And if you were caught to be funded by a foreign power like China, you're actually fucked.
Al Jazeera, ABC, fucking Fox News.
I love how he thinks, this is how leftists operate. They just make believe they don't understand things.
All right, hang on a second. I gotta go see what the little one wants. She sounds a little distressed.
They don't understand words. No one is saying you can't report on Cuba. Yes, Fox News does report.
Where's the little one?
A, not positively, and B, they don't get funded by China to do propaganda for foreign enemies. Which is what you did. He's like, but other people talk to people in Cuba too. Like, actually retarded.
Every goddamn American news outlet that has been to Cuba has done this.
None of them got funding.
What's wrong, little one?
To do propaganda for Cuba.
What's wrong?
None of them.
Come here.
Which is what we're talking about.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
But he.
What's wrong?
He knows that. He just thinks he can get away with it. Now, I think this is insane. The fact that he names Neville Roy Singham. Like, this
Why are
dude
you so
is
tiny?
chirping. He is chirping and squealing for free. Could have saved this shit for a plea deal, but he's just giving it to you.
I think that ultimately the target is probably Singham and his operation from PSL to Answer Coalition to Co-Pink, like anything.
She's
that
okay.
he's ever
She's
financed.
all right. She's all right. I
And
don't
it's
know.
not
She was
new,
just a
it's
little
been-
whiny
it's
for a
been
second.
around for a while, but it's obviously
I actually thought she might have been
it's
hungry or
held
something, but
through regardless because like
Like a
it's,
canary.
right?
she's got
It's, like,
food, she's got
totally
water.
fucking
Oh,
ridiculous
it's just so good. It's just so good.
to try and you know to try and stop like the political advocacy of an
He's actually
American
retarded.
citizen,
Yeah, no one's trying to stop your political advocacy. They're just not offended treason.
right? Roy Singham is an American citizen. He lives in China
Please describe more about this guy.
now.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
he lives in China where?
He's a centimillionaire. I think he like has almost $1 billion.
Hassan Piker hates billionaires so much he even gets funded by them to do propaganda for foreign terrorists.
Not sure how much money he has now, but like
Allegedly.
he's been a funding vehicle
Allegedly.
for a lot of like political political movements in the country, like a lot of activism,
Oh, he's funding a lot of the activism in the country. Interesting. So it's all astroturf. That's why you guys keep losing.
and they hate that shit. Like the American government hates that.
Yeah, the American government really does hate when foreign powers and foreign countries are literally funding terrorism in our country. Can't believe it.
shit, so they're trying
Please
to
keep
jam him up.
describing it.
You know, they're trying to hit him
Yeah.
on anything and everything they possibly can.
I love how Hassan, he does this to sound smart, and he ends up coming off as like the most inbred retard you've ever seen in your life. Right? Turns out PSL, which is what Hassan just named, has a lot of Reddit moderators and therefore subreddits under its control. The right r/the right canteen, Gen Z, capitalism. These are all subreddits. They're literally all run by this. Effectively, the entire section of Reddit is directly influenced by China. Thanks for the info, Hassan. This guy is a complete fucking idiot, and he doesn't even realize it. This is just Hassan talking about his childhood.
You know, I never had much as a kid. Just loving parents, and stability in a mansion, and a thriving baked goods enterprise for me to inherit. Useless crap like that. You know,
Bro, just literally, and then he just comes out here and fucking hates us. All right, and everyone
you
is
drink
shitting
all
on
the
it.
coffee,
It's
you
truly
think you're pretty
incredible.
smart now,
You know,
don't you?
The claim
Here's
is that
your
Hassan
pay,
was about humanitarian
Einstein.
crowds. The reality is he very likely
I don't like it.
violated very
Well,
serious
don't just
restrictions
stand
making
there with
humanitarian
your
travel
thumb
legal.
up your
All right,
ass.
just to
Go
understand,
do the goddamn
Hassan
job.
states that he went to expose what the U.S. government did to Cuba. All right. Humanitarian travelers must run a full-time schedule that enhances contact, supports civil society, promotes Cuba's people's independence. He didn't do any of that. He did gay nightclubs and shit, and stole electricity from hospitals to kill some children. Like, allegedly. Like, you understand how badly this guy fucked up? It's crazy.
I could have swore I was
Now,
on the roof of this
Sneeko-
place once.
Sneeko, Muslim, did an entire massive talk about why we must
That I
defend
found some kind of
Hassan
crazy
Piker
way up
despite
there.
their ongoing beef. Oh, he's so brave. Hassan has been attacking him, and yet he is still gonna be pro Hassan. The only reason why they're doing it is because Hassan has been critical of Trump.
It's a clear double standard in
It's a double
the
standard.
justice system. And what
Such a double standard. For the record, the left has been doing this to the right for years. The left has been locking up people on the right for shit that's not even anywhere nearly as bad as this. They've been censoring us, they've been banning us, they've been debanking us, they've been jailing us. All right, look at the Gen 6ers that were all in jail on sham trials. People like Derek Chauvin, who's still in jail, even though George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose. The show trial. His partner, the other guy, the Asian guy, that's also in jail. Like, do you understand how insane this is? And he's like, no, the only thing is he's just critical for Trump, and that's why they're for terrorism. It's fucking crazy. I love this. It's actually amazing that he's doing this. So Sneeko's obviously very mad about. He's Muslim. Very mad about this. Also, Sneeko had this to say.
But like when I was like 14, I thought I was gay. I watched gay porn. It's not for me. It's not for me. I saw like, bro, I went to a gay nightclub with my gay friends. Like I went to go visit my friend in Massachusetts.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know how that clip got in here. I meant to do this clip.
Can I get a mojito, a Moscow Mule, and a tequila shot?
Oh, sorry, that's just Sneeko, a Muslim ordering alcohol at a bar because he thought the stream was off. My bad. I don't know why I didn't include that either. Now, Myron Gaines did the same thing, Muslim. Myron Gaines gives Hassan Piker life-saving advice and a winning strategy after he was subpoenaed. He's like, no, please, Hassan, we must rescue Hassan.
Step one,
Get this subpoena. Read the subpoena. Step 2, hire a lawyer that specializes in OFAC. Step 3, optional, but I highly suggest you do it based on what I think the government's going to bring you in for. Hire a criminal defense lawyer that specializes in espionage. Pay for the consult. Maybe retain him as a lawyer. Maybe you can.
Anyway, bro goes on a 3-minute tirade. Fantastic advice for Hassan to survive. Please, Hassan, survive. Please. Muslim, by the way. I'm just here. So I actually mentioned it. No one wants to make this connection because apparently there's still some things that are taboo. Apparently there's still some things you're not allowed to say out loud. But don't worry, we're wrecking barriers on my stream every day.
God, there's something that makes me so happy about Nuck shitting on Hassan, man. I see so much. It's comforting, you know. It's like having a nice home cooked meal from mom. It just makes me feel like everything's normal. It's gonna be okay.
We hate him for the same reason. He slandered both of us. He supports terrorism. He hates our country, and he's gonna find out, and it's very entertaining.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's relevant, but he directly supports organizations that personally want me dead. By the way, I don't know if that's relevant, but yeah, that too.
It is.
This dude said, "Is it gonna make your life better if I go to jail?"
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Yes, it'll make my life awesome. It'll be so cool if you go to jail.
Yeah, he did say that earlier today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Glad you mentioned that.
As if that's why he's going to prison. It's like, yeah, you're going to prison purely because you are an annoyance, Hassan, and nothing else. That's it. It's not all the connections that you have.
My favorite thing is the argument is so like retarded too. It's like, will it really make your life better?
But yeah, exactly. If you actually do want me to answer your question, Hassan, yeah, it'd be fucking great, man.
It's definitely an IQ
unifying
test.
moment.
An IQ test amongst content creators. And I've seen many content creators go live on Twitter and say, guys, you don't want Hassan to go to jail because if he does, we all will. No, that's just like not what he's being arrested for.
Tell me the content creators. Tell me the content creators, and you'll notice they all have something in common. Tell me the ones that said that.
I'll DM you.
Well, I can say them out loud. It's
Go ahead, man.
Nico, an Islamist. It's Myron Gaines, an Islamist. It's Mike from PA, a communist. No, I can't possibly think of the through line here. Are we noticing?
There's more, by the way. There's more.
Yeah, did you see the Reddit expose?
Did they fit into any of those two categories?
Well, there's a very high chance of that next.
Yeah, there is a very high chance of that actually. That's pretty weird. That's pretty wild. I can't personally believe that at all. All right, now you got someone in his chat like it's just crashing out. Dude, this is so. It's like I highly doubt Myron is simping for Hassan. What a Jewish take. Like, Myron wouldn't do that because you're such a Jew. That's why you're going after Myron. Myron made a whole tweet about it. Hassan Piker is a faggot. True, a huge insufferable pompous one. However, I don't want him thrown to jail for his political views. No, he's not smart enough to be a spy. He's too dumb as hell. No, don't arrest Hassan for treason. Very cool. Anyway, let's just take a look at what our Religion of Peace has been up to aside from defending Hassan Piker. You know, we got a major kosher store in Golders Green, London, getting blown up. We don't know who could have possibly been. We don't know who could have done it. All right, here we got people hanging an effigy of a Jew at a Palestinian march in Montreal yesterday. All right, this is probably just criticizing the state of Israel, if I had to guess. All right, this is a Jewish girl who went missing in Toronto, 14-year-old, and when they put up flyers to try to locate her, people tore down the flyers to see Jewish, and obviously this is going to free Palestine, so obviously they're fighting a good fight. Vile anti-Semitic UCLA students formed a Jewish exclusion zone and beat them unconscious with sticks. You know, because obviously they want to free Palestine, so they have to beat up the Jews in UCLA. Like, duh. Obviously. This is everything I'm showing you happened yesterday. Boston, in the United States, we got a black guy dressed as Adolf Hitler, filming himself, stomping on an Israeli flag. This is just criticism of the state of Israel, by the way. Now, speaking of China, Muslims forced to drink alcohol and eat pork in China's re-education camps, former inmate claims. So listen, maybe we were wrong. Maybe glass half full. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding, obviously. I'm kidding, obviously.
You know, as I see it, and all these things you're pointing out about the different religions, there's a reason why we don't see almost no Muslim girls in the rape statistics in Britain. It's because it's a religiously motivated rape jihad against Christians by these predominantly Pakistani Muslim men. You don't find the white man, hold on, you don't find the white man in Britain raping Muslim girls as some sort of religious targeting, because the reason they don't rape their own girls is because that would be haram, so they go outside of their religion because that's considered all right, because we know what the Quran says about sex slaves and all those things outside of your religion. It's just, it's just made up. It's just made up.
It's made up. Good defense, Chunk. Anyway, so, yeah. So Muslims are out there blowing up, burning, and raping Christians and Jews across the world, and you're racist for noticing. Did you know that there are Gaza bots that will follow you if you post the word genocide about Gaza, even if you're saying there isn't one? It's all a psyop gets followed by a pro-Gaza guy. It's like, well, that's crazy. Thanks for your support, says another bot. Like, bro, it's crazy. Tell Hassan I want him to know it was me. And the mainstream media is doing their best to fight back. Piece on the BBC this morning claiming Restore Britain is attracting young men in large numbers who are fed up and want real radical change. Wrong! With millions of young women, too. We are radicalizing the bitches, ladies and gentlemen. And all it took was importing a gang of barbaric rapists, and that's all it took. And that is why feminism is an inherently retarded position that inherently cannot ever exist or make sense. You always need a patriarchy, ultimately, because force is owned and dominated by males. So the women will take power and import the rapists and then need men to deport them. So yeah, I just find it funny that
Morning.
well, around the world,
I guess I'm gonna have to pay
to
you
the US
now
is
that you
getting
did it.
absolutely exposed. It seems like this Hassan Piker entire investigation is leading us to actually track down like this billionaire in China that's been funding all this shit. All these activists seem like they're completely astroturfed. For some reason, the only people defending Hassan are Muslims.
You gonna buy some food or just stand there like a goddamn idiot?
Didn't see that one coming. And honestly, I just have to say, absolute freaking cinema. This is the best timeline. Yes, actually,
You don't buy something next time, I'll shoot you.
Terrorist-supporting retard traitors is based as fuck, actually, and very.
I got some shit where it's a deal. Disappoint me, and you'll find yourself on the wrong end of a rope.
Today's video is brought to you by War Thunder. More on them in just a bit. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Casual Criminalist. As always, hi, I'm your host, Simon Webber here. One of my writers, in this case Matt, has written me a script, Jack the Ripper, Monster, Mystery, Legends. I guess in my mind, legend has like positive connotations, like you absolute legend. But you know what no one is saying? Jack the Ripper.
When husband beater shows up at husband's work. All right. All right, we've got one. Let's do it. We haven't done one of these for a while. It's time.
So, where was she hitting you at?
Where was she hitting me?
Around the back. No, I'm saying like face? No, in the chest. In the chest? Oh, you mind if actually hit me right here? Mind if I see your, That's gonna really leave a mark. Okay. Yeah. How long have you been married to her? 7 years. 7 years?
7 years? Oh my God.
And she was drinking?
Jesus.
She wasn't drinking here. I believe she has been drinking. Okay. I think you guys should give her a breathalyzer.
Yeah.
What was the argument over?
The argument?
We're working on a trial separation, and
Smart.
She just texted me at work about it. The arguments are really because she drinks. Did you work here? I did. I was up there with 2 employees. Okay. Yeah, cameras inside? Or it wasn't inside, it was on the side? No cameras in the office. Okay, but it was on the side.
There she is. Oh, is she trying to run away?
Excuse me, ma'am. Mind if I talk to you?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I just, this whole time, okay? Okay. But I need to talk to you.
No, it's fine.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Papa 3017 to Papa.
He said
Papa 3014 to Papa 3017.
So he immediately calling for back. You can tell already that there's going to be problems.
I'm I'm gonna talk to you. No, just stay here for me, okay?
No, he's already labeled as abusive.
Step back. Just step over here with me.
Please
Step
don't
over
be
here.
rude.
I'm just trying to get y'all separated, okay?
I have friends inside who can attest to everything that he is saying anti.
Okay. We'll get to
This
that in
is,
due time, okay?
no, please stop. I'm not.
Stop what? I'm here to help.
No, you're not. Oh my God, because I have an attorney who says that you're not here to help.
Why would I not be here to help?
Can you please call Carol Caldwell?
I'm not going to call him right now. I need to talk to you.
It's not a him. Her name is Carol Caldwell. Please call her.
You guys have security cameras here, don't you?
Yes.
Would you be able to have access to them?
They're gonna show her hitting him. Guaranteed.
Do you have an ID?
In my car, yes.
Okay. Alright. Explain to me what's happening here.
Oh, you're drunk. You shouldn't have mentioned your car.
I always have my ID on me all the time. Like, if I walk out of my car, I have my ID on. Why do so many people not have their ID? Like, what's wrong with these people? It's insane.
Why are we here?
That is my husband.
Yeah.
Husband? There we go.
My husband, please contact an attorney.
Contact her.
No, I don't need to tell you what's happening.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I'm not going to.
The officers found themselves caught between a messy trial separation, where the female was claiming.
Imagine you have to be the Swiss Army knife for every retard in the entire country. It doesn't matter if it's some crying divorce court, if it's a crackhead, if it's like a child abuse thing, if it's a murder. Like, oh my God. Imagine, like, you just have to deal with everything.
To expose her abusive husband, who himself alleged that his wife was trying to ruin his reputation at his workplace. And in that moment, officers had no way of knowing who was telling the truth.
So they have security.
Things got flanked. Come here, you.
Okay. So we're in the office. I'm actually onboarding two people. They're upstairs waiting for me. And started getting aggressive. And then I said, let's talk outside.
Going aggro?
When I got outside, she started hitting me.
Right.
And then she got in the car.
Of course.
And thought she was drinking. So I called you guys and reported that she's been drinking.
Is she gonna drive?
She smelled of alcohol. And I haven't seen her drink. But usually she gets aggressive when she drinks.
You need to know that he is the most manipulative ever.
Oh.
He has done everything.
She's had 2 DUIs.
Oh, that's good. 2 DUIs. That's what normal people get. Normal people get DUIs.
August. So she's been drinking at all.
Yeah.
She's been to Lakeview Rehab Center.
It's like in the middle of the day, too.
She has an
It's
IOP.
2 p.m.
She relapsed maybe like 5-6 weeks ago. She's been drinking since then.
She's about to get another one, maybe.
Because y'all going through we were going to do a trial separation, which means we'd live separate for a few months, see if she can get sober and get
smart.
And how did you guys end up over here where she hit you at? For her car. Oh, just for her car? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and she was hitting you in your chest? Yeah, she pushed me in. She started hitting me in my chest. Was it a closed fist, open hand? Open hand, okay. Open hand?
Middle of the day is late for an alcoholic.
Yeah. I don't think so. Do you mind, I know this is awkward, but do you mind lifting your... Yeah. Make sure it's core.
Please, DCF is actually making a case against him.
For what?
Right now. For abuse.
For abuse on...
Me.
Why would DCF...
She's being abused.
Because he keeps calling DCF and he has no proof.
And now they're going to have the security footage.
Do you know anything about abuse? Or no? Do you not know anything about abuse? Do you not? Oh, okay. Then you would know that a female hangs on to abuse.
For personal choice?
And stays in. It is not personal choice.
Well, we're going to find
Really? It's kind of. You kind of sound like you drink your abuse,
I love that.
or at least you're abusing the drink, man. One of the two.
I want to see the security
I've
footage.
been answering his questions.
Fantastic.
Thank
Keep
you.
doing that then.
You don't need to be a smart.
You don't need
No, I'm gonna walk away.
The guy says, she says, you don't need to be a smartass. He goes back, you don't need to be a dumbass.
because I'm not being held.
No.
I'm not being
Oh
held
my
against
God.
my will. Please stop.
Such a bitch. I
have
know.
my attorney. Kara, I will have her contact you. He is a problem. He has already been reported as a problem. He has actually been arrested for domestic violence.
If you drink well, look here, boys.
Both
We
of
got
them were
ourselves
described
a
but it was only the
Now,
husband who had
wants
shared a
to
clear
be
story.
paid?
The female was
Yeah.
visibly intoxicated,
Unless
and
you're
letting her
paying,
leave the scene of
you're
investigation
leaving.
was not an option to consider.
I am so sorry that this is happening.
No, ma'am.
No, I am actually going to walk away.
No, ma'am, you were temporarily detained at this time.
No, you're not. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put your hands behind your back.
You're not. What? No.
Do not resist.
No.
You're gonna put behind your back.
Are you kidding me?
That's right. That's right.
Are you kidding me?
Not.
What is happening?
Oh,
What?
man.
I'm not.
Oh, dude.
I am not. What are you doing? I am not.
Shit, man. I treat you that good, and you don't even fucking tip
I
me.
love the fact, like, some of these cops that just never take even 1% of shit. The moment that she starts being belligerent, it's like you got a drunk bitch just trying to walk away so she can drive off. Yeah, no, bitch. Nope.
I did not. I never once not listened. Ever.
Face the wall. Face the wall.
I never not listened.
Face the wall.
What are you doing?
I never not listened.
Walk away after I told you you're not.
No, I said my attorney would step in.
It's not gonna work.
After this.
He's going to after, dude. What a
Dude.
fucking legend.
Oh my god. All right,
guys,
first
how
of
we got
all,
this?
getting arrested is fucking bad. But getting arrested by a quick-witted cop has got to be fucking brutal, man.
I have not done anything wrong. I have not done anything wrong.
Damn.
Okay. I'm sorry. Continue with your.
Sorry about that. Man. Fucking base.
Absolutely.
I have not done anything wrong. I don't understand.
So
She
she's
was
gonna.
threatening me that she was going to embarrass me, so I had to step outside. And when I stepped outside, she got louder and more aggressive. Then she started hitting me, and then I said I was going to call the police. And she got in her car, so I called you guys that she was getting in her car, going to drive away.
Oh my God.
So,
My ex-husband making you move.
do you have anything on you that
This
could
would've went a
stick
lot
me,
different.
hurt me, or anything
No,
like that?
this is my ex-husband
Hey,
making you move.
listen. Do you have anything on you that could stick
No,
me,
I have
hurt me?
nothing. I would never.
Okay. Do you have anything illegal?
Oh my God.
Isn't it crazy how many of them are like this? It's really nuts. Like, whenever you really take a step back and think of how many of them act this way, oh my god. Isn't that scary? Jesus. Hysteria? Yeah, just total hysteria.
I love that you guys are on his side.
Start moving.
Yeah. She's definitely drunk.
Spread your feet. Up on your face on the ground.
Do not make this order. Spread your feet.
There's nothing to be afraid of. We're just doing our job.
It's funny because did you do this to him? I didn't do anything wrong.
No, because he didn't try to run away. He's just being normal.
Unfortunately,
Got him.
there were no cameras covering the area where the alleged assault had happened, or any witnesses to question, and unless the wife agreed to provide answers, officers would just be left with the husband's account to rely on.
Can you please?
No.
You say can and
I
will
haven't
be
done
used against you in
anything.
court.
Unfortunately, my camera angle, so it's on the other side of the facility,
Uh-huh.
and it cuts off right at the end of the paved lot, about where that gray storage building is.
Yeah.
So if you guys are looking for footage from the gravel lot back there, I got that. Okay, let me clarify this. You guys, we appreciate that.
On my request to consult with your attorney. Do you
Tell me
understand?
what I did.
Do you understand cheese rights?
Tell me what I did.
Do you understand?
No, I don't understand them.
Having
Please
these rights
tell
in
me what I
mind,
did.
so you understand what I've explained to you. Yes or no?
No. Because what did you do?
Dude.
Do you know that DCF has him under investigation?
That has nothing to do with it.
Do you know that?
Can you listen to me?
You're not trying to work for me.
I'm
You're
trying to work with
for him. He has a lot of money. You're not.
Okay?
He's bribing the police. Of course. Like, this is just, dude. That poor guy. I mean, really, like, it's just insane.
You're not. Do you know what DCF
She wants his money? I don't know.
Please answer me.
Move your foot.
Please, just answer me.
Move your foot.
Move your foot.
Please.
Before you move your
I
foot.
just want to go home.
Okay, and I'm trying to
I
work
don't want to be with him.
I just want to go back to the bar.
I'm not. I don't want to be with him.
Ugh.
Okay.
Please, I don't want to be with him.
Help me help you.
Then why did you come here?
Please don't. Carol, call me.
We're gonna get to that, but I need you to listen to me, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna read this again. Okay?
Jesus Christ! Like it is actual adult daycare. This is shocking. How can a person be like this?
You have the right to remain silent.
Oh my
Anything you
God.
say can and will be used against you in court.
I'm saying
You
no.
have the right to have an attorney with you prior to, during, or
And
after
I'm
your
asking
question.
for an attorney.
Uh-huh.
I'm asking for Carol. Please.
Got him.
Are you guys co-owners of this vehicle? Are you guys co-owners of the vehicle? No, it's under my name. So it's technically your vehicle? Okay.
What's that? Sunshine Bliss. Ah, you got the wine bottles in the purse, driving around, crashing. Yep. Boxed wine in her purse in the car. Of course.
I mean, if that's not enough reason for reference.
If that's not enough, dude.
Like you said, we're trying to work through that because technically we don't have a real witness.
Uh-huh.
So that kind of puts a damper on our investigation as far as that. The only thing we have right now is open camera. So we'll get through that. We'll figure it out.
The 38-year-old female was charged with battery domestic violence, resist officer without violence, and battery on an officer.
Damn.
YouTube thinks you'll love the video on screen. Click to watch now.
God damn. 38? Wait, she was 38? Wait, no way. No way. Oh my God. 38 years old. Really? God damn. How many years until Swamp Hat? Well, she's speed running. Yeah, this is impressive. I don't even know what to say.
She's speed
City
running.
miles? Oh, you think so? That must be it. Yeah. I mean, oh my fucking God. It's pretty bad. And should charge her with endangerment of an animal. Well, apparently, I guess she wasn't drunk if they weren't able to breathalyzer her. I don't know. Too much alcohol? Yeah, my wife's 38. She looks 18 compared to this. Yeah, like, what the fuck, man? And she's like, I mean, very clearly, this is the kind of person that is, you know, I mean, if you end up in a relationship with a person like this, they will ruin your life and make everything that's good bad. They will turn every average day into a bad day. They'll just cause problems with everything. Yeah, she got reverse plastic surgery. I guess so. It's nuts. And gotta watch another one since you took a day off. Why don't you shut the fuck up? How about that? And if you're toxic, yeah, these people will literally ruin your fucking life, man.
But you shut the fuck up.
Iran has surrendered and then immediately stabbed us in the back, breaking their deal that they just made with us. There is a new COVID-type situation seemingly on the horizon. A lot of people are freaking out about it. And Donald Trump gave a big middle finger to the World Health Organization. The leftoids are losing their minds and their elections across the entire country. Hassan Piker is having meltdowns. It's honestly just a pretty beautiful day in God's beautiful planet Earth. I must take this moment to thank God not only for giving mercy to people that on their face do not deserve it, but also by doling out justice to complete morons that do deserve it. We're going to be focusing a little bit more on the latter today. Definitely subscribe. Lock in, boys and girls. Lots to talk about. Yesterday, on my gigantic deep dive, I talked about how Iran surrendered. They literally were making a deal where they agreed to give up their nuclear enriched uranium, and everything changed. Donald Trump made 3 world-class American destroyers just transited very safely out of the Strait of Hormuz under fire. There was no damage done to the 3 destroyers. That's just with the greatest navy on the planet, and those goat-herding people of individual sexualities that I personally think warrants the death penalty. Those guys over there, they really tried their best to kill us, and they failed, and they're dead. This is a lot of good news all in one. I'm so sorry. Killing PDF files is actually kind of goated, actually. Everyone freaking out on the Donald about Epstein. Bros killed more pedophiles than anyone on the freaking planet. There was no damage done to the destroyers, but great damage done to the Iranian attackers. We absolutely love to see it. Leftoids crying that terrorists are dying, but that makes sense. That they have a kinship with terrorists. They were completely destroyed along with numerous small boats which are being used to take the place of their fully decapitated navy. These boats went to the bottom of the sea quickly and efficiently. Missiles were shot at our destroyers and were easily knocked down. Likewise, drones came and were incinerated while in the air. God, I love his vivid description to this. Oh my God. This is like Tolkien wishes. Tolkien wishes he could describe fight scenes like the Donald. They dropped evermore beautifully down to the ocean, very much like a butterfly dropping to its grave. He's a poet as he kills pedophiles.
He's a poet.
Across the planet.
What?
A lot of people are retarded. They've allowed these destroyers to pass, but Iran is not a normal country. True. They are led by lunatics. True. And they have the chance to have a nuclear weapon. They would do it without question.
True.
But they'll never have that opportunity. And just like we knocked them out again today, we'll knock them out a lot harder and a lot more violently in the future if they don't get their deal signed fast. Our 3 destroyers and their wonderful crews will now rejoin the naval blockade, which is truly a wall of steel. President Donald J. Trump, truly the GOAT. I'm not going to relitigate all my stances on the deal that's being made, as well as the terrorist, pedophile, evil regime of Iran that's been torturing us and their own people for 47 years, and how awesome it is that they're dying. But I actually will, in just a TLDR format, tell you, Trump doesn't fold. This man don't fold. That's right. Now, we win a war by one of 2 ways. Either by them being dead, or by them giving us all the things that we want. Now, a lot of people think that that's immoral. I think that the people that think that that's immoral are gay retards. Yes, actually winning wars is awesome. Stop being so pathetic. All right, so anyway, breaking multiple missiles fired from southern Iran into the strait for local Iranian reports, but the big twist is coming. Iran's official state broadcaster confirmed that Iran fired missiles at U.S. naval units in the Strait of Hormuz. This is the Islamic Republic announcing it themselves. Thank God no one was hurt, because we are literally up against 75 IQ inbreds that have basically no military left because we destroyed them. Understand, all the dipshits that are saying that Trump is losing the war, every single one of those guys gets disproved every single day by public media. Now, this is the craziest twist of the day. The United Arab Emirates launched attacks against Iran amid rapidly escalating tensions across the Middle East. So to be clear, Iran struck the UAE yesterday. Looks like war's back on the menu, boys. But this time we have nothing to do with it. That's right. What do you mean? What do you mean? We're just nice, wholesome American people guiding ships through the Strait of Hormuz because we're such good people. We're so kind, actually. Oh, you want to go through the Strait of Hormuz? We will help you. Not if you're Iranian. We are going to blockade you until you strangle on your own blood, or you make a deal. We are such benevolent people. It's so nice to be a world hegemon. No. We shouldn't actually violate the sovereignty of other nations. Why not? Who gonna stop us? That's right. We do what's best for us and for the world because we're your benevolent overlords, because we're the strongest on the planet. You exist autonomously purely due to our benevolence. My stances on things are pretty based, actually. Now, I'm not saying might makes right, but I am saying might makes, and we're the mighty. So anyway, just in, Iran has launched missiles at U.S. military ships, Strait of Hormuz. That failed, obviously. The Wall Street Journal says Saudi Arabia and Kuwait lifted restrictions on U.S. military's use of their bases and airspace. But all the leftoids said that Trump was ruining our alliances with the Arab countries. That's so weird. Trump administration is looking to restart Project Freedom as early as this week. Project Freedom is basically escorting ships through the Iranians' attempts to do terror in the Strait of Hormuz. To understand, while the world is criticizing us for killing terrorists, the terrorists are bombing civilian ships, much to the silence of the world. U.S. military strikes Iran's coast, not just their ships, which is based. Apparently, there was a massive drone attack on Tehran, according to the regime. Bro, it's pretty insane stuff that's just happening. Oh, actually, I can't show war footage. My YouTube guy got really mad at me and got, like, tons of my videos demonetized because of this. Anyway, breaking, the Pentagon confirmed that Iran did attack the U.S. Navy destroyers. The strikes were all intercepted. Thank God. Bro, these guys suck a lot. They suck butt. They suck butt on, like, a diabolical level. Can you imagine sucking butt so much that they're going to do some sneaky-weaky surprise attack while they're surrendering in the negotiating room? All right, you're going to do some sneaky surprise attack, bomb 3 of our ships. Not only did they fail every single time, but they got completely obliterated. Remember when the libtards were saying that we're losing this war? Bro, remember Myron Gaines made a 2-hour-long video crashing out, chimping out on me, how I was like, oh, we're winning the war, and he's like, no, we're actually losing the war. Yeah, so U.S. strikes pummeling the Iranian regime infrastructure. It's pretty wild. Now, Ursula von der Leyen, this is the president of the EU, all right? Lib Tuck extraordinaire. So this comes after, understand, 2 months of bitching, because that's what leftists do. It's their superpower. You see, when men want to handle arguments, it usually involves some sort of physical violence of some sort. When women want to handle arguments, well, they bitch. Welcome to the EU, ladies and gentlemen, the most feminized region on the entire planet. Oh my God, not trying to be controversial or anything. If you can't defeat them with fists, you must bitch at them until they succumb to your demands. Now, she's been bitching for the last I just had a very good call with President of the United States. Oh my God, Trump called your ass out. We have discussed close coordination with regional partners. We are united in that Iran must never possess a nuclear weapon. Recent events have clearly shown the risk to the regional stability and global the EU-US trade deal remains fully committed on both sides to its implementation. Good progress being made from tariff reduction by early July. Understand what these people are doing, and it's wild. So after months of condemning us for shit, Donald Trump gets on the phone with her one time. She makes a public tweet basically disavowing her last 2 months of policy. 2 months of bitching reduced to ashes before the glorious, glorious orange meat that Donald Trump slapped on the table and humiliated. Trump then tweeted this. I had a great call with President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. We discussed many topics, including that we are completely united, that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. We agreed a regime that kills its own people cannot control a bomb that can kill millions. That's a pretty hot take. I've been waiting patiently for the EU to fulfill their side of the historic trade deal we agreed in.
It's not a hot take at all, man. It's a fucking room temperature take, man.
Deliver their side of the deal, and as per agreement, cut the tariffs to 0. I agreed to give her until our country's 250th birthday, or unfortunately, these tariffs would immediately jump to much higher levels. That's my guy. That's my guy. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Look, I'm not the hugest fan of tariffs economically, but I do very much like the ideas of using tariffs to bully retards. Now, some people would say that that's unconstitutional. I would say, fuck you. Anyway, just as the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio approves, ooh, that's a big-ass freaking number. That's $25 billion, $800 million of weapons sales to Middle Eastern countries. So, again, understand that right now, those Middle Eastern countries are doing the war while we're doing the negotiating. Understand this is the most elaborate good cop, bad cop in the history of American politics, where Donald Trump is like, I am the peace guy. Give me a big hug, Iranians. Kiss my ring, please, please. I would love it if my Middle Eastern allies would stop obliterating your ashes. And then Israel's like, we're ready to strike. United Arab Emirates literally just struck them yesterday. Right? And it's like,
Look, she's trying to run.
We're just sitting there
She's scared.
until the deal is made. Meanwhile, they get obliterated on all sides. This is one of the wildest good cop, bad cops.
Oh, trying to distract me while her boyfriend sneaks up behind me. There you go, scrub.
Because a lot of the Trump critics
Come
come from a very
on, what do you got?
I criticize Trump myself.
That's it?
Go out here and be like,
Here, let me pull this arrow out of your neck.
Unfortunately, Trump is a little bit too liberal. Liberal. Man, I wish he was the authoritarian that the left actually thinks he is. So you have to listen to Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson, two people that just plunge the dagger straight into Donald Trump's backs because they're trying to simp for a Muslim audience now. So you got to hear this. This entire 40-second clip might make your skin crawl.
Terrible approval numbers. With the midterms all but lost already, what happens to Trump now? that we're just not good at predicting the future. You know, we imagine like this is going to happen in November in the midterms. Maybe not. Just remember that Trump turns 80 next month. You know, and I hope he has a great birthday. I don't wish Trump ill. However, he will be gone relatively soon.
What? What are we doing, man?
And we'll still have this country. I don't think things are going well. I think they could be a lot worse. I can imagine.
It's so crazy, man, because things are actually, like, pretty good right now. Obviously, it needs to get way better. We need to crack down on crime. I think 1,000-fold. Mass deportations need to get back on the menu, etc., etc. But objectively, and I mean objectively, things are relatively good comparing where we were a couple of years ago. Like, we just got such a massive Supreme Court win in regards to redistricting. It's insane. And I could point out a dozen more things. Net negative migration for the first time in my lifetime. But, like, objectively, incredible things happen. But these retards just, they have their own game. I think Nathan Kelly's just a grifter. I think Tucker Carlson, son of a CIA agent, by the way, is an actual operative of some sort.
And other leaders
and Rose saying, oh, but the good news is Trump will be dead soon? It's like, what are we even doing, man?
Both malicious and competent. Trump is incompetent. Gavin Newsom is not incompetent.
Right, so Trump is incompetent. An incredibly competent leader, by the way. By any metric, he gets shit done the way he wants it to happen. Objectively, he's an incredibly competent person. He
Good afternoon, jackass. You break any of my shit, you're paying double.
Gavin Newsom, the guy that bankrupted California, spent billions of dollars on a train that doesn't exist. You know, he spent hundreds of millions on homeless issues, and the homeless problems only got worse. What are we talking about?
He's far more malicious than Trump. I think he's far less transparent than Trump. Like, I don't know, we just need to keep our wits about us and not ping pong from one bad idea to another bad idea.
Like this is wild. Well, what are we even doing here? Oh, Trump is 80. He's going to be dead soon. Gavin Newsom is very competent, unlike Trump. Wow, dude. Wow. And dude, it's wild, the transformation of this guy. It really is. Like, everything flipped on its head.
Russia is not Iraq. Russia represents an eighth of the world's total landmass. It is a huge country and a highly fractious country with a large and very restive Muslim population. Thanks. So think this through just for 1 second. What are the chances that in the ensuing chaos, which we are forcing on Russia, in that chaos,
I got work to do. Get moving, jackass. Just don't pay by
might wind up in the hands of someone who is truly crazy and dangerous to us and to the world.
There is a kind of stability.
Right, he's terrified of the Muslims in Russia getting a nuclear bomb because Islam is growing massively in Russia.
As bad as nuclear weapons are, when rival nations possess them. India and Pakistan, countries with a long history of hating each other and many wars in the interim, have managed to fight fairly bitter conflicts since 1947 without using nuclear weapons against each other. How is that possible? Well,
it's because unlike the Iranian regime, they're not an actual death cult that wants to die to obliterate their enemy. Unlike Iran, the Islamic Republic that runs Iran is a literal death cult that wants to die in the chasing of a new world where they obliterated the enemies of Allah to bring the end times. All right, like it's so obvious actually.
Oh, the mutual.
In 2022, it would be horrible if a Muslim got a nuclear weapon. 2026, is it really so bad? Is it really so bad if Muslims get nuclear weapons? Like, it's honestly wild watching this guy. It's insane. Now, the update, it's just an insane day altogether. The way they basically tried to make a deal with us, then they immediately backtracked on their own deal to stab us in the back and bomb our ships only to get obliterated themselves.
Fox News alert, we just bombed Iran. CENTCOM launching airstrikes hitting multiple ports along the Strait of Hormuz. Senior U.S.
Every terrorist killed is another saved.
Officials saying this is not a restart of the war or an end to the ceasefire.
That's right.
It all started.
This is a defensive maneuver, killing terrorists defensively. It has nothing to do with the war. It's just a random thing that we do. It's an excursion.
This afternoon, when Iranian attack boats from the Mosquito Fleet swarmed toward 3 guided missile destroyers in the Gulf. The USS Truxtun, the USS Rafael Peralta, and the USS Mason defended themselves, keeping them at bay with 50 caliber machine guns, small caliber gun teams on deck, and Hellfire missiles fired from Apaches.
Houthis. Iranian forces also launched drones and missiles from the shoreline. This was a pretty intense and sustained barrage, so the United States responded forcefully, launching airstrikes, targeting Iranian missile facilities responsible for the attack.
Let's go. Good.
Hitting missile and drone launch sites.
Yes, killing them is good, actually. Stop being a pussy.
Control locations and intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance.
Oh, what if you kill somebody? That's the point.
Nodes. Central Command said the Iranian attacks were unprovoked, and we responded in self-defense. Adding that not a single American
It's
ship.
self-defense. We are blockading their country and making sure that they gargle in their own blood until they make a deal. And if they try to attack us, we're going to kill them. And it's self-defense. And it's awesome, actually. And we make the rules because we are the strongest country. And we don't want you to have nukes because fuck you. That's actually my stance. Now, a lot of people are really mad about it. Why do we get to have nukes? But they don't. I love when libtards try to hit you with moral equivalency. And I'll explain it. It's very simple. It's because, you see, we are, we want actually best for us. And we don't want necessarily what's best for them. Does that make sense? I love how you need to explain this. Because we're the good guys, therefore we want the good guys to win. They're the bad guys, and we don't want the bad guys to win. Does that make sense to you? But why is it morally equivalent? Because we're better people.
Was hit. Central Command says we don't seek escalation, but we remain positioned and ready to protect American forces. ABC asked the president if the ceasefire was over, and he said no. Ceasefire's still on. It's just a love tap. The president later writing on
a love tap. We obliterated their missile bases and their little fleet. It's just a love tap. Nothing to see here, folks.
On Truth Social that the Iranian small boats were completely destroyed. Iranian missiles were easily knocked down, and drones were incinerated while in the air, and they dropped ever so beautifully down to the ocean, very much like a butterfly dropping to its grave.
That's our president.
The Iranians claim it was tit for tat. Yesterday, an F-18 Super Hornet lit up an Iranian tanker with machine gun fire when it tried running the blockade and turned it around back to port.
Base.
The president.
It's our blockade. You can't cross it because if you cross it, you'll die. That's how blockades work, actually. And if you think it's immoral that we have a blockade, well, I have a solution, actually. You could surrender completely. Alternatively, you could cry about it. These are your two options. You could pick whichever one you like.
It says the 3 destroyers successfully transited out of the strait and will join the blockade. And the Wall Street Journal's reported.
People just absolutely furious that Donald Trump is trying to win a war. They're like, no, you can't win the war. It'll make them unhappy. Well, that sucks for them, I guess.
Saying that Project Freedom is still
issue. Don't be a terrorist next time. This wouldn't have happened.
In play. It was paused for diplomatic reasons to help with the Iranian negotiations and because of an airspace dispute with the Saudis. But it's all patched up.
Let's go.
And the French and British navies are apparently on their way.
Oh boy, the gay force is arriving.
Escort duty when needed.
The homosexual alliance.
The president said earlier today, a normal country would let boats sail peacefully through the strait. But Iran's not a normal country.
That's true.
Some of these Persian pirates are still trying to charge tolls. They're screaming into loudspeakers.
See what I mean, bro? Do you see what I mean? You want people like this to have a nuclear weapon? They are willing to die. Right, at just the possibility of shooting one of our boats. Like, do you understand how retarded this entire fucking regime is? Like, they are on these tiny little fucking boats with little gay-ass pistols trying to take down our, like, gigantic, way more powerful ships. We have destroyers, technology that these people could not even comprehend with their 78 IQ minds, all right? Rubbing their two brain cells together, they cannot compute. We have these gigantic destroyers, and they're coming at us with these gay-ass rafts, with a couple of retards with sharp sticks, all right? That's the equivalent of military difference at this point, and they're still doing it. They know they have no hope, they know they're gonna die trying, but they don't care. You want those fuckers to have a nuke? Like, it's so obvious.
Speakers at tanker traffic, pay up or we'll shoot. The Iranians even clipped a Chinese vessel in the strait this week. With friends like these, I don't know. Some ships are just going dark or flipping their flags and sailing through anyway because it's gotten ridiculous. The administration's going to take the Iranian hostage crisis in the strait to the UN and put the Russians and Chinese on blast.
There should be a simple demand the removal of mines from an international waterway.
The thing is, the UN is useless. The purpose of this, a lot of people think that, why should Trump even go to the UN here? Like, why is he going to the UN, getting them to try to condemn Iran for doing obvious public acts of terror on, like, civilian ships and shit? It's a humiliation ritual. Like, their condemnations do nothing. They're literally terrorists in Iran. They'll keep doing this shit, all right? This Islamic Republic. All right, so this isn't actually to solve anything. This is just a humiliation ritual. It's just basically to get the United Nations to be like, yeah, you guys are right. These guys are bad guys. You're totally based. You fucking awesome and shit. And it's actually working. A lot of people don't understand. We don't need the UN. I don't even think we should be part of the UN, to be honest. Every time I wake up, I see the UN puts out a new proclamation how we're immoral for killing terrorists or some shit. You know, the last time they were really mad at us was when we bombed Islamists that were massacring Christians in Nigeria. It's like, how dare you violate the sovereignty of... Literally, fuck yourself, people. Like, I do not care about your opinions. I don't care if you get a whole bunch of libtards together to decide to vote on how we're actually bad guys, right? How the United States is immoral to women, while simultaneously you're propping up every Islamic regime that's quite literally genitally mutilating 99% of women in the country. I do not care about your political or moral stances, and the UN doesn't even have the power to back up their political or moral stances. That's why this is such an absolute joke. So, no, we're not actually going to the UN because we want their help. We are doing this to humiliate them, because they are literally coming against us every single time, and by proxy, that means they're supporting the Islamic Republic that we're at war with. And by doing that, by doing this, we're basically making sure that they're aware that, no, we're going to humiliate you, because you keep coming to condemn us for literally everything we do. You realize these people are bombing civilian ships and putting mines in, like, a public waterway? That's pretty fucked up. And they're going to have to admit that now.
You cannot exact illegal tolls. We have to address these violations here in the council, and we have to ask ourselves, if a country chooses to oppose such a simple proposition, do they really want peace?
The president says they're a bunch of lunatics. That's why they can't have a nuclear weapon.
He's right.
And if they don't sign the deal fast, the War Department's going to be a lot more violent.
Oh, good.
There are two options for the Iranian regime. They can choose the pen, or they can choose the sword.
This is literally everything I've ever wanted from a president, okay? Everything I've ever wanted from a president. Maybe not to have gone to war originally. There's a whole debate about that specifically, and obviously it depends on how it all ends up. As long as we're not there on, like, some boots-on-the-ground infinite war, I'm fully supportive of using our tax dollars to obliterate terrorists that are trying to develop nukes to kill us. I think that's awesome, actually. However, important to note, and I think it's very important to note this, actually. I'm so happy we have a president that actually wants to win a war, and he's willing to do it. You know, he's not willing to do this, like, infinite cuckery, where it's like, well, actually, we're not going to kill you, but also we would really like if you made a deal. And they'll be like, oh, no, why would we do that?
One would include them signing a good faith agreement that would lead into more detailed negotiations, and the other would be the Americans resuming their bombing campaign against the Islamic Republic.
That's the options.
Today, the Iranian president, for the first time,
Submit or die.
met with the gay Ayatollah in his little cave.
Oh, shit.
The meeting lasted over 2.5 hours.
They met the gay Ayatollah?
It's hard to talk without lips. The key sticking point to the deal is that Trump's driving a really hard bargain. The president's demanding that the regime hand over their entire Iranian stockpile.
Oh, shit.
Close up all their nuke facilities and don't enrich, not even a little, for decades. Iran, and this is according to...
I love seeing people crash out about that. Who are we to tell them not to enrich uranium? We're the United States of America, the world superpower, and we do not trust the terrorists that are chanting death to America to have uranium. If you don't like it, well, unfortunately, the solution, once again, you can cry. You should cry about it, actually. I feel like that would be great. Next time, don't be terrorists, and you wouldn't be in this predicament.
The New York Times is countering that they want a third party, potentially Russia. And they want an enrichment freeze for 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, fuck that.
But Iran's on a deadline, and they know it.
It looks like they've likely already cut back their production, maybe by 400,000 barrels a day. They'll likely continue to ramp down their production as their storage fills and their inability to export oil.
If their oil wells pop, the country's ripe for a revolution. The regime's already getting antsy. They've been going on a protester execution spree.
Yeah.
Brent crude dropped below $100 a barrel for the first time in 2 weeks today.
Let's go.
And corporate America.
But I was told this was going to be the next Great Depression.
Just had its best earnings.
Every single one of these experts and libtards and cucks have all been wrong about everything. I just feel like it's important to point out.
Isn't in 20 years. Gas prices are high. No doubt about that. But many people believe it's worth it to get a good deal. A Harvard-Harris poll has 2/3 of voters saying the president shouldn't settle for less at the negotiating table. Over half of Democrats are...
The American people ultimately are based as fuck. All right, I've come to this conclusion. The American people are actually just fucking awesome.
Agree. And the president's hold on the party, still rock solid.
Donald John Trump. He absolutely still has the juice, and when you're a Republican against Trump, you get voted off the island. I always love Survivor, and in this particular case, what we saw in Indiana was you go adios amigos, goodbye, see you later, and to me that is emblematic of what we see nationwide with Republicans. I think there's this myth that's going on right now that, oh, Trump is really losing support among Republicans, but compared to other midterm cycles, he's just as popular with Republicans as he has ever been.
Literally what I was saying the entire fucking time.
You know who else is getting pretty popular? Marco Rubio. His
Rubio.
status on the rise.
That's right.
So he's been dispatched to the Vatican to make peace with the Pope.
It has the seal of the State Department, so okay.
Dude, Rubio is gonna be our next president, and it's gonna be a fucking awesome American century. I have never seen the left seethe as much as I am right now. You know, Rubio stocks up, Trump winning a war, these people crying, things are not going as they said it would. It's just absolute, complete Democrat humiliation, and it's fucking awesome. Democrats are doing like incredibly badly right now, like on a humiliating level. AOC trying to run for president herself. The left can't get out of the left is actually violent, and that's because it's true. The left is actually violent. So Mark Hamill, gay Luke Skywalker over here. If only he was dead. If only, like, dude, these are your leftist guys. You know, everyone that says Donald Trump rhetoric is bad because he celebrated when somebody he hates dies, which I'm not gonna sit here and support. I actually think it's bad taste. These people are literally all coming together. These gaytheists are coming together to pray to a god that they don't believe, to kill Donald Trump. Do you understand how evil these people are? Like, cartoonishly evil. It's like, I don't believe in God at all, but I'm willing to make an exception to pray to him if he's gonna kill this guy that I don't like. That's the left. Now, the left is doing incredibly poorly everywhere because people are realizing actually that they're evil retards. In a massive W, Tennessee passes its new congressional map eliminating the state's only Democrat district. As you can see, the leftoids... actual gigantic protests. Again, left is the party of bitching, and the right is the party of hopefully doing, and also a lot of bitches, because we have a lot of, in my opinion, infiltrated libtards in our actual party that we need to be purging every single election cycle. You vote against our principles, you're gonna get purged, bitch. And I feel like that is how we slowly but surely save our country. Every single time we purge them, we replace them with even more based individuals, and that's how we rock. And it's gonna happen. You'll see, because the purge already started. A lot of people that backstabbed Trump, they all lost their elections yesterday, which was incredible. But today, this is the huge win. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee signed the new 9-0 congressional map into law. This is the previous map where, as you can see, it was 8-1, 8 Republican seats, 1 Democrat seat, and this is the brand new map, redistricted, because we're no longer doing race-based districting that the left has been pushing forever, and they lost their 1 seat. Now, a lot of leftoids are mad. They're saying it's not constitutional. My opinion to that is a solution that I feel like, a solution that I have a lot when it comes to leftoids crying, and that is, you could cry about it, but that's where we're going. Now, obviously, I think that race-based districting is obviously racist. It goes against Civil Rights Act, and that's why the Supreme Court actually voted against it, right? As you can see, they used to create this super uber tiny little fucking district in order to make sure that they would have a blue one. Yeah, but the new map doesn't see it that way, actually, unfortunately for them. And unfortunately, they're gay retards, and the gay retards will continue bitching because that's their superpower. In a hyper-feminized society where the ultimate giga weapon of the left is the ability to bitch incessantly, unfortunately, when you have strong men that oppose the bitching, they're just unaffected. Now, just to understand, for all the retards that are currently bitching, as you can see over here, Massachusetts is more red than Tennessee is blue. All right, just to understand. Massachusetts is 36% red, and this place over here, Tennessee, is only 34%. flu. All right, so just to understand what's going on here, in Massachusetts, there are currently 0 red seats because the way they district it with their squiggly ass lines. So again, you could cry about it ultimately, and you could fuck yourself ultimately, and that's where we're at right now. That's literally where we're at. The new map eliminated the only seat. Colossal W, fuck these people, we will destroy them. Now, to understand why the left is immoral and evil, you have to understand that they use words to destroy you. They'll use words like unconstitutional in regards to whatever we do, but they will do the same exact quote-unquote unconstitutional things to obtain power for themselves. Which is why I fully believe in utilizing the systems that we have to take as much power as possible, because this is ultimately an arms race. Either we take power, good men, good, virtuous men with actual morals based on whatever God or whatever you claim to be basing your moral system on, versus immoral, psychopathic leftoids that are imported from the third world, propped up by third worlders to control our nation and subvert our actual society to benefit the retard ingrates, as opposed to actually benefiting the American people. Because if they gain power, which they're trying to do, they will do everything in their power to keep power. They will naturalize infinite retards. They will completely the Supreme Court in their favor. And for all you know, that will be the last election. So when it comes to them doing whatever they can to gain power, I do believe that, yeah, actually we should be doing whatever we can to gain power too. And understand how they lie to you. Let me introduce you to American history according to the left.
Somalis have always seen themselves as a fabric of this nation.
Always.
That immigrants from all over the world, Somalia, India, wherever they're from, Latin America, Africa, that immigrants have built this country.
Black Americans really created democracy in this country. That's exactly right. How they literally made something from nothing.
You cannot talk about any achievement that the city of Boston has had in safety, jobs, economic development, in education, without talking about the Somali community.
Somalis known for the Boston Tea Party. Because they just think that you could just make up a black history or whatever. Like, they could just, like, make up their own history. Words mean nothing to these people. Reality means nothing to these people. It is a giant propaganda war that they are using to manipulate you. And this is going to sound bad for them, but they are losing very badly, very badly. So, Kamala Harris's daughter is going giga-viral for being a fucking retard, and AOC is going giga-viral because she just destroyed her 2028 campaign. So, it's just beautiful.
Ella Emhoff has been on SSRIs for 15 years. She's the stepdaughter of Kamala Harris. What?
I'm just sitting here crocheting, waiting for a friend, and I was just listening to this podcast that the Wall Street Journal put out about SSRIs and
Red flag.
anti-anxiety meds and kind of the overprescription of them in America, and it was making me think a lot because I've been on SSRIs for over a decade, almost 15 years probably.
How old is she? Like, I mean, she doesn't look that old. 50? No, no, she's not 50. Like,
you might look 50. She's been on SSRI since she was 10, bro. Oh my god. Do you want a president that drugged their daughter?
oh my god. What the fuck? She said for 50, that means 11 years old. Holy shit.
They were calling out the lack of research.
I love the new Democrat policy of, hi, I'm running for president. I'm an illiterate retard. Please vote for me. I'm just like you.
On long-term use of these things, lack of information that doctors give about coming off of these meds and kind of the psychological effect.
You mean to tell me that the doctors actually want to sedate the population? That's so wild. You mean to tell me that the overall Democrat policies wants a sedated leftist population? That just makes it so much easier to manipulate a group when they're all drugged out of their fucking minds. And aside from that, also infinite money gets shoveled into Big Pharma. So Big Pharma donates infinite money into the Democratic Party. You know, a lot of people talk about the Israel lobby. And yeah, I don't like lobbies for foreign countries in general. I think all of that needs to be outlawed. The Israel lobby lobbied $100 million during the last election cycle. You know how much Big Pharma, how much Big Pharma lobbied? $500 million 5 times the amount as all of the Israel lobby put together. All right, they are just objectively 5 times more powerful in the country, right? Just to understand how lobbying works and how our politicians operate. So we had, and almost all of those donations go to leftoids, like Bernie Sanders, right? Who claims he's for healthcare and shit, and he literally paid by Big Pharma to artificially jack up the prices of pharmaceuticals. Trump was an enemy of Big Pharma, so they fucking hated him. Donald Trump, actually, for those of you unaware, slashed the prices because of preferred nation benefit. Another thing that Donald Trump did in our country through his second term, which has been fucking fantastic. We have preferred nation benefits that basically we get drugs now for the cheapest price of any country on the planet, or tied for the cheapest. Bernie Sanders didn't want to endorse that, but he was for free healthcare. He was for infinite free healthcare that the taxpayers can pay for the healthcare of the Somalis that are raping our country. All right, we should be paying for their shit, obviously. But now you finally actually understand. I'm just noticing she has a tattoo of a fucking cow on her arm. Holy fucking shit, these people are. But the point that I'm trying to make is simple. The infinite drug addiction of our generation of children is 100% Democrat policy. I don't think you understand how evil these people are.
They can have.
That's brutal.
It really got me thinking how little I've thought about that, naively, obviously, but I've noticed that every time I've gone off of it for a week or missed it or for whatever reason, like, it has been really hard for me, and I've had a really...
It fucks you up, and it makes you stay there forever, and you shovel infinite money into Big Pharma, and you sedate yourself, and make yourself infinitely more susceptible to problems. The pharmaceutical companies make the Democrats get zombie murdered. It's the dream! It's the ultimate dream team, as they work together to rape the minds of a generation.
Hard time, because I don't know if this is something that I feel like is being
She's a drug addict, by the way, all right? A lot of people don't want to call her what it is. She is a drug addict.
Talked about enough, because
that's brutal. Like,
I feel like so many of us are on these meds, coming to terms.
Yeah, no one I know is on these meds. I guess we hang around different people.
Having chronic depression and anxiety and things like that.
Honestly, I'm gonna hit you with the truth, Nuke. Depression is obviously real. Sometimes it's biological. Sometimes you could physiologically find depression in people. So that's for sure. But I think 90+% of depression cases are literally just get the fuck off your ass and do something.
I'm gonna give like maybe a hot take. I think that the overwhelming majority of these people's depression and problems are self-induced. They are exacerbated by social media, doctors, and by their lifestyles. I think that the over-medication of people that continually engage in unhealthy behaviors is a really dangerous path to go down.
If kids would not have social media until they turn 18, depression would disappear by 70 to 90%, in my opinion. All right, I just think that if that would happen, poof, you would see a massive decrease in depression just almost overnight.
No.
Also, it's really amazing and awesome to see how many people have been on SSRIs and anti-anxiety meds for...
Again, if you are a drug addict, then you feel bad about it unless everyone else is a drug addict. So welcome to the hyper-feminized echo chamber of toxic empathy. I want everyone to be addicted to drugs.
For so long, and then it's so helpful. I have no plan on getting off of mine anytime soon, any medication.
What's weird to me about it is, like, I don't know why you'd want to have to take medication for, like, presumably
Then you have to admit you're wrong, right? Women taking accountability challenge, infinite difficulty.
Entire life. Where's the light at the end of this tunnel? I have probably the most regressive and stupid opinions on medical health
It fucking figures you're my last customer.
Really
Take a look,
you should
buy
go
some
out
shit,
and cut
get
down
the hell
5
out.
trees.
Start working out.
Probably help. Okay with being on forever if I need to.
You want my estrogen? Watch The View.
Oh, I'm gonna get off of it.
To play World of Warcraft.
XYZ. But yeah. This is great.
That's insane, man. You have people going and taking this medication and shit for 10 years, bro. You got spawn camp.
Kamala came into my life when I was 14. Famously a very easy time for a teenager. But no matter what, Kamala was there for me. She was patient, caring, and always took me seriously.
Her daughter's a drug addict.
Like, I feel bad for her, really. If you're going out and you're getting this medication given to you whenever you're a preteen, that's insane, man. Like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, look, man, this is wild, bro. This is wild. Yeah, so, dude, AOC also nuked her presidential run right now.
You want a guarantee, huh? Well, maybe you should try Shamway.
There's a certain level of wealth and accumulation that is unearned, right? You can't...
What does that even mean? mean unearned? It was earned by someone. Obviously, no one gave it to them. They inherited it, so then their father earned it.
You can't earn $1 billion.
Yes, you can.
That's right.
Elon Musk literally earned billions of dollars. He came from like nothing. All right, what are we even talking about?
Just can't earn that.
Not a lot of people could do it, otherwise it would be worth nothing to be a billionaire. Otherwise, if everyone's a billionaire, then billionaires are for special status. Right? She's basically taking the 0.0001% and saying that you can't earn that. Except obviously you fucking can. And this is an obvious pander to the social retards in society that don't want to actually believe in accountability at all. It's like, oh, I'm not poor because I refuse to get a job. I'm lazy and retarded. I'm poor because the billionaires didn't earn it, and they have it somehow. This is insane. You know who doesn't earn shit? Literally anyone under communism. They don't earn fuck all.
Exactly correct.
What does that
You
mean?
can get market power.
Like, the problem is that this is the issue that these people have. You're basically relying just purely on people that already agree with you. Like, the person that's interviewing you would be like, ah, yes, yes. What does earn even mean? If you make something that's, like, patented, and then you sell it to a company, and the company pays you $1 billion for it, did you earn it? Where's the logic here? Like, what does this mean?
You can pay people.
Leftists say words to control you. They don't say words because they believe them or because they're true. The moment you understand that, the moment you actually unlock understanding into social politics to such a deep level, and it's so sad that people aren't willing to engage with that.
Less than
like
what?
Anyone that's like, what do you mean by this? This is illogical. It's like, oh, you fell into the trap of thinking that leftists believe the words that they use?
Their words?
Yep.
You mean like how they do with illegal aliens that you're fighting to keep inside the country, tooth and nail?
True! Straight back!
Nail. That's a big
W.
problem. Ooh.
But you can't earn that, right? And so you have to create a myth. Since you didn't earn that, you have to create a myth of earning it.
Like, she's building logical fallacies on top of her logical fallacies.
It gets way worse after this? Wait, really?
You have to be more profitable and more profitable and more profitable.
Yeah,
it's not enough to
you're
be a
right.
profitable business. And so once they've
Businesses should try to make money.
up every person in this country, who do you think is next?
Rounding up every person? Dog, we're Hopefully, bro. We gotta put them on trebuchets. We are going to be launching them across the ocean. And it'll be awesome, actually. And then when people cry, we'll say, well, why didn't you self-deport? And then they'll say, well, I didn't self-deport because I thought I wouldn't get caught. And I will say, well, that fucking sucks, doesn't it? Again, the ultimate solution, I suggest you cry about it.
This is the thing about, I said...
What a segue. So yeah, they just want to keep making more money. And so what do you think's going to happen after they round everybody up? What a... Holy...
Everything is everything. Again, I've made this analogy so many times. The leftoid mind, which is a hyper-feminized mind, just to understand. That is where it is, right? Just logically, the majority of women vote left, and the majority of men vote right. That's just a statistical fact. So the leftoid mind is a more feminized mind. It is a highly emotional ball of yarn. Imagine this. Imagine a giant ball of yarn, and the moment you pull the thread, it actually moves the threads everywhere on the entire ball of yarn. And that is how the emotional manipulation works. All right? Billionaires and illegal immigration and abortion rights for women to murder their own children, it is all the same thing. It's the same emotional response, and the moment you wiggle one little part of that thread, the entire thread wiggles too. So all the issues are the same issue, actually. And this is how they work. It's a giant emotionally manipulating, gaslighting movement to manipulate people.
Before, like as
genocidal frameworks? What?
Growing up as a Jew, as a minority, where I grew up, and going to Hebrew school and learning
A woke Jew, the bane of civilization.
about the Holocaust, I was like, holy shit! Like this is crazy. It was.
What are we fucking doing here? It's like billionaires shouldn't earn what they do, and we're deporting illegal aliens. And it's like, yo, I was learning about the Holocaust, bro. The Jews were not illegal aliens in Germany, or in Poland, or in Russia, where they were massacred. Okay, the Jews were not illegal aliens. The point is, the Jews have lived there for hundreds of years. And then all of a sudden shit happens. That is not what's happening in America at all, bro.
wasn't taught in school. But
Wait, you think that we didn't learn about the Holocaust?
you know, the way that I've come to
This is
understand.
like, it's the most obvious virtue signal ever. It's crazy. Man, I hate when people pull up the Holocaust for like free Jew points. It's honestly diabolical.
This system is that like there's a spectrum of true democracy, which, like you said, Black people and Black Americans in this country have been building since they were, you know, captured and brought here.
Really a democracy.
Captured by other Black people, by other African warlords that sold them into slavery to Jewish and European slave traders. Just important to keep in mind.
Until 1963, 1965,
That's exactly right.
You know, voting rights and
that's
civil
right.
rights.
That's exactly
We were apartheid.
Right. Apartheid, it's a new buzzword. Everything's apartheid, everything's genocide.
That's exactly right.
Apartheid?
Right. It's 70 years old.
Is
or
this
so.
the new word that they're...
Oh, this system, 80 years old.
Black Americans really created democracy.
Well, these people are like actually retarded. Like, these people are actually retarded. It's like you just make up Black history now, I guess. Let's fucking go.
Right. That's exactly right.
They literally.
That's exactly right.
They made something from nothing.
They got rights because white people gave them rights. All right? I'm not saying that. This is an objective fact. White people gave rights to Black people. Right? What are we talking about?
It is just beyond me.
You know, it's like there's a true democracy and fascism, and it's just about the dialogue. It's not genocide frameworks. And
people even know what fascism means. This is literally buzzword.
Just turning the dials up on trans people. They're turning the dial up on the genocidal framework.
What does fascism mean?
What does democracy have to do with being trans? What the fuck?
These people are like actually retarded. This is the ball of yarn theory. Again, it's just proven every time. It's like you tug one little emotional spot of the ball of yarn, and the whole string is all actually interconnected, and the entire ball of yarn wriggles. All right, it's apartheid and genocidal framework and trans people and Black Lives Matter and slavery, and it all wiggles at the same time.
Is being turned up, specifically Latino immigrants, but immigrants of color. And
no, it's about illegal aliens.
It has nothing to do with Latino immigrants, bro. It has to do with people that invaded our country illegally, and they're all going to go. And that is why strong men need to take power, because the most terrifying thing that could happen to society is if strong women take power. I don't even want to think about that.
This is what these people do. They make an effort to launder the good reputation of legal immigrants that come to America and want to improve their lives and improve America.
This is how every single leftist movement works, by the way. This isn't a one case here. It's like they ruined the reputation of legal immigrants by saying that Trump is just going out there just rounding up every immigrant he can find. Every brown person has to go. Right? By making believe that that's Trump's policy, you're laundering the reputation of legal immigrants that came into our country. You're going to make people hate them. All right? And it's the same thing with all of these cases. You know, saying that the police are the problem when they arrest Black people at, you know, overrepresentative rates. Well, yeah, it's because Black people commit crimes at overrepresentative rates. That's a fact. Now, you can't argue with the fact, but every time you actually do this, you have to villainize police officers. You know, the Me Too movement, basically everyone that accuses someone of rape immediately ruins their life, immediately, on the spot, with almost no consequences for the false accuser. But that basically will make no one believe women anymore when women claim that they've been raped. Which is happening, by the way. For better or for worse, people don't take rape allegations nearly as seriously as they did a decade ago. You ruin every movement because of your terminologies and your bullshit.
In the process, there are many of them that do that. Why are you laundering illegal aliens through their good reputation? Why are you intentionally misunderstanding and misstating this?
About the Holocaust, about a Christian.
I've never seen so many buzzwords put together at the same time.
Illegal immigrants.
Yeah, it's kind of like they gave her 2 minutes to spit out as many buzzwords as she could think of.
In America right now.
I feel like I'm looking at a YouTube video's taglines.
Religious leader who was in a concentration camp was like, first they came for the Jews, then they came for them, and then they came for me. And you know, I think the story that's
first they came for the illegal aliens, then they came for the rapists, then they came for the shoplifters, and then all the problems went away, so they stopped coming for people.
Go.
Look at El Salvador. This is a total fantasy.
I think it is turning inside out. I do think mainstream audiences are understanding what's happening because every click, every scroll, every like.
No, they're not. This video only has 3,000 views.
People are so
That's really bad. Some of the dumbest quotes I've ever heard are throughout this interview. Black Americans really created democracy. Every comment is negative. Everybody thinks these people are retarded. So embarrassing, man. And the 3,000 viewers are promised 3,000 years ago. I mean, it's so stupid and embarrassing.
It is absolutely miserable, dude. And that's why they keep losing. They're fucking retards. And you will not believe what is happening. Governor race in California and the mayoral race in California. Because it looks like California is turning blue, and it's insane. I mean, turning red, rather, and it's actually crazy. The election for the California governor is going on right now. And currently, for the first time ever,
God damn.
it looks like we're going to have a Republican governor of California. So people are so tired of like all this garbage. You know, Tom Hogan shows up, he's like, we are never giving amnesty to illegal aliens. They will never become citizens. They're all have to go.
Something to the effect of, there are cabinet members talking to the president about that. I believe I've characterized that exchange accurately. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what I'm curious about is what you mean. Are there people in the cabinet advocating for amnesty?
You characterize talking points were taken out of context. That interview, we opened the interview when we're talking about policies, talking about where do we go from here, right? Because President Trump did executive orders, had the most secure border ever in Trump 45. President Biden came in, undid it all through executive order. Yeah. President Trump came back in through executive order. Now we have the most secure border ever in history of this nation. Yeah. My first comment was, we need congressional action to solidify this and enshrine this into law. So the next president doesn't come in and undo it all again through executive order. Facts. When we're talking about the non-criminal people being here ever, I said discussions are ongoing all the time. For instance, just recently there's been discussion about the Dignified Act that some members of Congress are pushing. There's always conversations going on, but let me tell you this, and I mean this. President Trump's been clear from day one. Amnesty's off the table.
Amnesty is off the table. And this is resonating with people. We don't want to bring people in for the third world by the droves, give them amnesty. Now they get vote in our elections. They vote for the biggest retards on the goddamn planet. All right, and we don't want to play with this. We don't want to deal with this. And it looks like people are tired of it. You know, it's like you got these people being like, here's why everyone's jealous of Indian people.
Why is everyone just jealous of us Indians? Is it because we work 10 times harder than everybody else? Or is it because every time something breaks, you end up calling one of us? Is it because
we call the company and one of you answer it? That's very different than calling.
The doctor, pharmacist, or engineer probably has an Indian name? Or is it because we'll turn one opportunity into 5? Is it because our parents didn't really give us a plan B? Or is it because we'll show up to anything with the whole family like it's a wedding? Or is it because we'll argue over $5 like it's a business deal? Or is it because we'll eat the spiciest food and still say it's not spicy at all?
Yeah, this might be the biggest cope I've ever seen in my entire life, I'm not gonna lie. And no one's for it. No one is for it. Now, the bubble is bursting. The left is realizing that leftist policies are digging them into an infinite hole. And I'm going to show you what's going on with the governor debate in a second, because it looks like we're going to get a Republican governor in California. But just understand what the average libtard is dealing with right now.
What is this here? Single era crash out.
You guys do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a fucking roster. I'm having to sit here and go out and do things I don't want to do. I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it. But I feel like I don't have a choice.
That really sucks, man. You know who voted for all that?
Yeah.
Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her fucking 20s and live a normal life.
That's right. That's right. If you have a successful guy, I don't think he wants to date someone who has 47 college degrees in absolute bullshit and retardedness, all right, to be there and feel like they are entitled to the entire world. No, I think someone would rather marry someone in their 20s that actually could have children, you know, and isn't dominated by this ideological bitchiness that exists so much in modern Western culture. That's right. That is correct. Everything that you are doing in your life is literally digging your own grave in the dating market. You know, the thing that actually matters, building a family.
Girls don't have that luxury. I'm now sitting here at 25 having to figure out how the fuck to get back in these fucking streets so I can figure out. So 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still.
And this is terrifying a lot of people.
With my daughter being an only child. Like, I want...
So you a hoe? Listen, maybe she was married and she's a loving, religious, very God-minded person who was married and you know, obviously, and the husband abandoned her or something. Look, that's a possibility. I'm gonna make fun. But if you a hoe, then you are literally doing this to yourself. All right, if you are a 25-year-old virtuous woman in the United States of America that's, you know, relatively attractive, you would not have it this easy necessarily. You know what? You can get your ass up and go to church. All right, literally. But nope, you decided you wanted a retard degree. You hoed around, you have a kid, and life's slipping away.
To have a family, I want to have kids, I want to be happy.
Is that bad?
Like, I want all of these things.
Right?
But people don't want that nowadays, it feels.
I mean, she's absolutely, men do want that nowadays. Men just don't trust a lot of the people that seem to be approaching them for very obvious reasons. All right, do you expect this woman to be faithful to you in modern society if she's obviously a non-virtuous hoe? All right, if she has a history in being a hoe, why would you trust her? I'll be real here. And then they'll get married, and then they'll divorce you and take half your shit. You know, this is and your kids because the judges all side with women almost all the time. Like, are you really gonna trust that from someone who has, especially from someone who has a history, a literal history that's sus as fuck?
Right. If you are a single mother, you have just initiated hard mode. And I know, you know, maybe your husband got hit by a bus.
That's what
it's just a horrible thing.
He
But
abandoned her or something. In that case, that's absolutely tragic. But if that's not the scenario, then it's your life choices that led you to this lifestyle. You know.
reality is that a lot of people
Yep, he's right.
have kids with people they shouldn't have had kids with. And listen, a lot of guys don't want to play another guy's save file.
Just to make sure she wasn't speaking metaphorically about being a single mother in her future, I went to check and nope, she is 100% serious.
Why did you break up with this person after having a kid with them? Are you a big problem? What if the kid's dad is like, you know, a problem? You now are going to have an infinitely harder time finding anybody that doesn't just want to hook up with you for a night. The moment that like a girl has a kid, nope.
It's like, it's disgusting. Like, my friends helped me make a Hinge and a Tinder, and it's like, I hate it. I hate it. I ended up deleting my Hinge.
It's heartbreaking. It's almost like following a biblical lifestyle is just literally going to give you the best life. Obviously, this isn't going to work for literally everybody. You know, divorce is actually in the Bible, in the Old Testament. It talks about divorce. But in the majority of cases, you just follow the Word of God, and things just seem to work out, it seems. Yes, the best lifestyle is actually getting married, probably in your young 20s, and staying married, and having children, and being virtuous, and respecting your husband, and he will love you in return. Yes, shit's hard, and yes, this is an issue created by the libtards, by largely, you know, liberal white women have created the society that they all hate so much, and the rebellion is fucking here. So, this is the government debate, the governor debate in California, and it's just cinema.
So we don't have crazy cowboys taking the law into their own hands.
That's the libtard, by the way. Katie Porter, she's running for governor on the libtard side.
Crazy mother who lost her child. Sir, I don't need any lectures from you about being a mother. Of course, you might. Okay.
I didn't see that! No! So she was abusive to her husband, by the way, who left her with 3 kids. But see, that's a reason to get divorced. If your wife is a nasty bitch that's beating you all the time, that's a reason to get divorced.
His campaign is going so horrendously. I honestly believe it's secretly a prank run by people who hate her.
God.
This California's gubernatorial debates just proved she can't escape her Karen instincts.
A video surfaced of her berating a member of her staff. If a senior official in your government acted as she did in those videos, would you fire them?
Yes.
You put out an ad of your own, now making light of that interaction that you had with your
That's not
staffer,
correct, Caitlin.
which you said you apologized for.
That is not correct. The ad is about showing Californians what they've had a chance to see.
As this is the clip in question.
And the state could lose. Get out of my fucking shop!
And this is the ad.
I'm not like most people who run for governor. I actually get what you're going through. A single mom of 3 kids. I know what it's like to push the shopping cart.
Single mom because she got divorced because she was abusive to her husband, by the way.
My minivan has almost 200,000 miles. I have a grown kid who may soon be living on my couch.
My child is a useless retard. Please vote for me.
Her campaign angle is actually, my own son is a fucking loser. That's why I should be governor.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the libtard lifestyle. Libtard utopia, ladies and gentlemen. It sucks, actually.
It's going to take standing up to Donald Trump, calling out greedy corporations, and stepping on some toes along the way. Now, could you guys please get out of my shot?
She's trying
See,
to
that's a funny callback to when she was screaming at one of her employees.
reframe how much of a raging Karen she is, when all it really does is bring up how she has absolutely zero to offer other than sassy slogans and fighting Trump. As Democrats in California have already been doing that for over a decade now, and the state has never looked worse. But Katie's abrasive attitude just proves, at even the slightest amount of frustration, she loses.
How you doing, buddy?
Californians can decide for themselves about my temperament based on what they've seen here tonight. And if these boys bullying and bickering hasn't been enough to raise questions about their temperament, not one of these men have said in this entire campaign, I've made a mistake. Not for not being able to account for undocumented.
You literally got divorced for being an abusive partner. What do you mean? That's pretty bad.
Children who wound up in child labor? You called that MAGA talking points and a hoax, Mr. Becerra.
Okay.
You, like, I could go down the line. I don't even want to waste my time on this. I just want to say to California, I have taken responsibility. I have shown that. And what that ad is about, Caitlin, is about showing that I can laugh at myself.
Wow. That's the most important quality for a governor. Someone who's a gigantic, bitching, retarded, violent, abusive Karen, but she can make fun of herself. Well, let's go! The libtard lifestyle.
Except my bad action.
Yeah, I'm miserably alone and I have useless, pathetic children, but hey, at least I can laugh at myself.
And I've already forgiven myself, so let's just laugh away the alleged scalding mashed potato situation with her ex-husband, which actually explains the whole mess. And this older person explains how devoid of charisma she is.
I can't believe that on stage with 30 minutes of interrupting and bickering and name-calling and shouting and disrespect.
This is after years of calling Trump our
Everyone up here who's stepping into public service, that anyone is supposed to talk about.
You were actually interrupting them.
He just spent the entire time talking about how good she is. She's the best ever.
Too. I don't know why you want to act like you weren't.
Oh, cowboy.
Steve and I hate each other because we're just watching you all vote for a Democrat.
True.
Katie really thinks treating people like an abused assistant is gonna win over voters. When no, everybody knows co-worker or raging Karen at a restaurant that acts exactly like Katie and would never
She's
vote.
exactly the caricature of the miserable libtard that has ruined our society.
Fully put her in a position of power over ourselves as governor. But personality aside,
And she's putting a 1 minute. I'm sorry, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
she's actually an idiot, as her campaign promises would ruin us.
Congresswoman Porter, your thoughts on the idea of funding health care for undocumented immigrants statewide?
Bro, that's...
And that's, by the way, what I think Californians deserve as answers to these questions, Alex.
And for critics who say that...
She's openly stating that...
Yes, I will take your tax dollars and give them to people that invaded our country illegally. It's like, she thinks that this is like a partisan issue. No one that has a job wants this. It's only the communists that are interested in something like this because they've convinced themselves that they're just gonna eat the rich and take all their money and redistribute it to people, and then they'll worry about, you know, the tyrannical government that follows. You know, like, this only works for like the commie retards.
California's taxpayers should pay for the health care of everybody. Actually, deserves to pay as if it's some sort of punishment.
Like, she let the woke Twitter talking points take over, and the average human is not interested at all.
For being her tax cattle. It wasn't even an argument of humanity, it was the smugness of entitlement. As she repeatedly
Yes,
said,
we are entitled to your money, yes!
said the quiet part loudly.
The sanctuary state policy is designed to make sure that our state resources, the taxpayer dollars, the public servants that we have, are focusing on doing their jobs.
Why would you ever live there? Why would you ever live in a state where your tax dollars are not going to your benefit at all? Like, that's the point of tax, right? The point of tax is, well, we need to give X amount to the government for us, you know, so that they can have a military that protects us, so that they can fund hospitals or whatever that helps us, so that they can pave roads that we need to drive on. That's the argument for taxes, that there is some sort of equivalent exchange to some degree. Obviously, it's bullshit, and we need to abolish taxes entirely, because that shit sucks. But, you know, I think we shouldn't have more than a 10% tax. That's insane. But because obviously the government is so busy wasting our money on bullshit. But, like, why? What argument could you possibly make that our tax dollars should be funding people that invaded our country illegally, that should not be here, that are not contributing tax-wise, largely? Like, why on earth should we be paying for that?
Which is not cooperating with the federal immigration authorities. These are Californians. They contribute to our economy, they pay taxes, and they're one of the only ways that our state is growing in recent years.
Openly
Play it part out loud. We're only growing because of illegal aliens.
Admitting that U.S. citizens are escaping the state in such large numbers that it can only be offset with wide open borders with promises of endless free gifts from your taxes. And that's after California already lost a congressional seat in 2021 for the first time ever, and is predicted to lose another 5 seats due to Democrat mismanagement. California
I
is
gotta
a
run to the bathroom
little
right quick.
paradise on Earth. The Democrats turned into a zombie apocalypse, also they could line their pockets through the homeless industrial complex.
Yeah, we might be getting a Republican governor of California. I can't believe it, dude.
As Katie wasn't the only idiot that would perpetuate endless spending on illegals.
On the question of health care for the undocumented,
I said everybody in California has a right to health care. And let's answer this
California
out.
should fund that.
The truth of the matter is, immigrants built this state. Immigrants make this state run. The fact of the matter is, we had a broken immigration system.
There's a difference between illegal aliens and migrants that came legally. Like, there is such an obvious difference, and they muddy the waters as much as they possibly can because the left uses words to lie to you. They don't believe in any of the things they say.
And now you want to victimize the people who are working here and making the state run.
Thank you,
As
sir.
Antonio said, try and get rid of them. You can't do it.
Let's go to
saying try to get rid of them. You can't do it when I'm pretty certain ICE has deported over 1,000 a day with a reported 2 million self-removals since Trump has taken office. And when Democrats tried to stop ICE from entering sanctuary cities like Los Angeles, once they looked into the funding of the riots and marched in the Marines, if anything, ICE activity in the city has only increased, as immigration is something they might have won with in 2021, but now even the Democrats are attacking each other over this.
Using Trump lies to try to damage your opponents is worse. And that's what we see happening. Everyone knows that Trump campaigned in 2024 talking about lost kids when there were no such thing as lost kids.
The Democrats, the party of sex trafficking. Never let them forget this.
To hear these candidates now talk about that, if they're so concerned, why haven't they taken any action to find these lost kids?
They saved like 200,000 children under Trump so far. What are you talking about?
As the New York Times reported, 85,000 kids were now missing under Biden. Now he did try to explain it.
With the unaccompanied migrant kids and where we stand.
So he admitted it before in Congress, and now he's walking it back for some sort of political gain? Oh my God!
I've never heard that number of 85,000. I don't know where it comes from, and so I can't attest. I would say it doesn't sound at all to be realistic. And what we do is we try to follow up as best we can with these kids.
You gotta get rid of these people.
Congress has given us certain authorities. Our authorities essentially end the moment we have found a suitable sponsor to place that child with. We try to do some follow-up, but neither the child or the sponsor is actually obligated to follow up with us.
But even hyper-left outlets reported on the migrant kids being forced into brutal labor under Biden, where children sealed cereal boxes every 10 seconds on dangerous assembly lines after coming into the country to meet a relative she never met. So when faced with this terrifying reality that they created and actually acknowledged, they now simply deny or call it a MAGA lie, while hiding behind, well, we don't have the power to follow up with that many people, conveniently forgetting the legal process of immigration would prevent all of this. And it isn't even a one-off story, as even 9 months ago, ICE conducted an immigration raid on a California platform, finding over 10 accompanied kids working on that platform. But apparently, that's just an acceptable sacrifice, as open borders...
The left is the party of child trafficking.
This is basically the only way
It's
the
the party of
Democrats
child
can retain
trafficking
power.
and indentured servitude and slave labor and cattle voting. That is how the left operates. It is unbelievable that it was able to get away with this for so long, with people just not knowing what's happening.
Federally, but at least California does have some hope, as Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco knows exactly what's happening with immigration.
6 of the people here don't even know who deports anyone. They just want emotions to rule the day, so you support them because they don't even know
This is the one Republican candidate.
what the governor can and can't do. Or if they do, they're lying to you.
Something he's warned about several times before.
In 2017, that's when California became a sanctuary state, we absolutely told the law enforcement, told the people voting on it, this is what's going to happen if you do this. ICE is going to have to go into communities to find these people because they're criminals. They're victimizing us.
That's
right.
right.
Now they just come into the jail in the safety of a jail. Nobody knows it's happening, and they just deport them. If you make this law, ICE is going to have to go into the streets, and this is what you're going to have. That's why grandma's going to get taken away, because they're going to go look for grandson, and grandson's going to be who's robbing people blind, and he's going to be in the house with grandma. Grandma's there illegally.
Get her too.
Well, they're not going to just let grandma stay
Get her out.
because she's
It's
here
against the law.
illegally. Democrats purposely, knowingly made sanctuary states and cities to force ICE on the ground so they could create this.
It's basically the only thing the left has anymore. Create an issue.
Honestly insane. I never even looked at it from that perspective. So ICE is basically, would have just deported the people in the prisons, but the Democrats made sure to put them on the streets so that ICE could go after people in the streets. So it would also round up other people that would anger people in the community. Literally, the reason why they're emptying out their prisons is to create an emotional issue about ICE deporting illegals so that the people could rise up and demonstrate against ICE. It's literally a propaganda move for these people. It's honestly insane. Like, they don't even care about the illegals getting deported. They are using them as bait to fund their violent insurrections against Trump for political talking points. Oh my God.
And campaign on fixing said issue.
Dude, when you expect they don't go lower, bro.
Did it with ICE the same way with fuel prices. Jack up the taxes and fees on gas while banning its production. Then campaign on fighting Trump and his evil increases on gas prices.
Yeah, that one ain't
And if
bad.
anybody points out their objective failures with our tax dollars,
God,
they
these
just
people are
shamelessly
insufferable.
ask for more. Just like with their now $200 billion with a B high-speed rail failure.
It'll cost another $30 billion to finish California high-speed rail from Merced to Bakersfield. We've got the viaduct laid. We have overpasses. Do you finish it? Yes or no? Mayor Villaraigosa.
Yes.
Congresswoman Porter.
Yes, if you can build it faster and cheaper than it's been projected.
Okay, Sheriff Bianco.
No, I would rather arrest the people that stole our money.
All right.
That's my guy! That's my guy right there! That's the GOAT! Absolutely!
Beyond brand for you doing things that are illegal.
No, stop spending taxpayers' money on pointless things and improve our roads, which are the worst in the country because of Democrat policies.
Mr. Steyer.
Oh, these are the 2 Republicans, and these are the 5 Democrats running for governor.
Yes, we need Secretary of Transportation.
The slow-speed delivery of high-speed rail, no, but a high-speed delivery of high-speed rail, yes.
What does that mean?
I love how leftist. Are you going to continue, yes or no? Yes, but we do it good this time instead of bad.
Sheriff Bianco just set the standard with, we should arrest anybody involved in this fraud.
That's right,
But if the
Paige.
Democrats refuse to follow suit, it's probably because they're planning on getting in on it too.
Absolutely.
As they are treating this like
Dude, they spent $200 billion on this thing that doesn't exist. Where did the money go? I want to vote for the guy that'll put the people that did that shit in jail. Absolutely.
manufacturing infrastructure, they're treating it like manufacturing meaningless jobs. And everybody wants unemployment to go down, so of course they can skim off the side, since nobody wants to be the guy making mass layoffs. So right now I'm hoping Sheriff Chad Bianco wins the primary.
That
with
is
Steve Hill.
insane, man. That is crazy. We might be getting a Republican governor of California. This only exists because the left is so fucking retarded. They're pushing everyone away because they're actual retards. Now, it looks like we might be getting a Republican mayor of Los Angeles. All right, not only are the Republicans actually dominating in the governor race, but the mayoral race, too. This is insane. So, this was a massive story. 300 agents just raided Los Angeles' drug park. Fentanyl haul shocks everyone. 19 kilos was seized. That's enough to wipe out a city, by the way. All right. Karen Bass, the current mayor of LA, who basically let the entire city burn down
Okay,
to the
sorry
ground
about that.
under the fires because she
All right,
cares
I'm
about
back.
the
I'm back.
smell
I'm back.
fish, so she didn't want to use water to put out
Oh,
fires.
shit.
That's right. LA, the only place on the planet that has more genders than fire hydrants that actually had water in them. All right, so she is getting absolutely obliterated right now. But first, you have to understand why leftist policy is pushing literally everyone against the left. All right, so this will radicalize an entire generation. This is LA policy. And then I'm going to show you the LA race where it looks like we're going to be getting a Republican mayor in Los Angeles. I literally can't believe this is happening. Like, everyone's flipping because the left is so fucking retarded.
So what is this? Is someone asked me to turn the speaker down? Who's it?
Gotta be kidding me, boy. This mother got his headphones on. He told me to put my speaker down. And he got his mother headphones on. You out your mind, my man.
Just why do you have to listen to the speaker?
I want to cut you. So shut your
Can't hear
fucking
you.
mouth there. So shut your mouth there. Mind your business, you bitch. Why you have to jump out there?
Bro, ain't nobody wants to live like this.
You got headphones on.
He's literally just trying to read a book. Just trying to read.
Bitch. What do you think I was a punk or something? Yeah, that's the best thing you better do. Move, you bitch ass mother.
Remember what I said before about how, like, anybody that has this crash out over being perceived and being disrespected, just lock them up. Just institutionalize them immediately.
That dude is definitely in the rap sheet. Let's go.
Yeah. That's what you gotta do.
Uh-huh.
That's what you gotta do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want no drama with me, motherfucker. I'll cut your face open.
Yep.
You
Get him enough. You don't need to play this game.
Tell me to put my speaker
What
down?
if I call this guy a monkey outrage? Do you understand how unfair society is?
Isn't it crazy how easy this problem would be to solve? And we don't do it.
We have a button, the fix everything easily button, and we refuse to push the fucking button. All right, and this is what society looks like, especially in places like LA. And when you look at the people that are doing their absolute best to manipulate us, all right, and yes, I mean like the actors, the actresses, the Hollywood people, right? But this is them. They're also complete freaks.
50-year-old actress Charlize Theron, her biggest ick is when a guy wants to make love to her and reveals that it causes her to get instantly turned off. Wait, what?
So, yeah, no one wants to do this.
So what's
man.
your take?
When you want to be with the upper class people, complete fucking freaks, or you want to be with the lower class people, they will rip your face off and not go to jail for it.
Whenever a guy says, I would like to make love to you,
It's an ick.
you don't get that. That's an ick. Just a dry heat. There's a lot to unpack, but actually there isn't. It's just very simple. Don't fucking say it.
Don't say love me.
Because my vagina closes up.
Okay.
Why don't these people...
What? It's true.
Somebody's shocked.
All the ladies know what I'm talking about.
What is it about the word lovemaking that is such a turnoff?
I don't want you to make anything with me. I want you to do something with me. Yeah, let's...
Women be like, we need to consent to every single move you make, even after we're already in a relationship. Also, women be like, I just want you to fucking take me. That's right. Ultimately, they want men. All right? And after a generation of doing their best to emasculate men, they're like, holy shit, we have no men anymore. The only actual men out there are the ones that are, you know, married, largely religious, traditional men that don't actually want to sleep around with every whore on the street.
do it. Like, well, don't say that either. That's fucking lame. Just ask me. Don't talk.
This is the thing, like, so this is why everything is so confusing for guys. You hear this really pretty lady who's an actress say, don't ask this, just do it. But then if you don't say anything, you aren't obtaining consent. So you should also have to get consent. It's like you don't even really know what you want. So how can you expect somebody else to?
I know.
Because ultimately men should be the ultimate decision makers in society, and inherently women actually want that. Women ultimately want strong men in their life. Women want strong men to lead their country. That's what they want. However, they are manipulated and groomed into thinking that actually that means that they're weak and less. So on the low rungs of society, you have this fucking shit that you have to live with. On the high rungs of society, you have this fucking shit that you have to live with. And LA looks like it's going to be electing a Republican mayor right now.
This is a MAGA Republican's idea of what Los Angeles looks like. This is
good.
Really not.
Spencer Pratt is a man on a mission, as after Mayor Bass allowed his house to be burned down, this isn't so much a campaign for mayor.
So fucking based. He's like, your policy burnt my house down, and I am going to burn down your career. That's my guy.
As it's a revenge tour, as at LA's debate for mayor, Spencer went right into Bass's failures during the Austin fires.
So fucking awesome. God, you know, strong men build society and civilization, and strong men are going to save our country.
They burned down the city.
To the Mayor Karen Bass's, the 1,000 firefighters that were available, but there was no engines for them because of the $17 million that Chief Crowley had asked the mayor for 9 weeks before, and Mayor Karen Bass denied it.
This is a nice way of him to say you were a useless, pathetic bitch.
She drained both of these reservoirs that these firefighters needed. The winds in the Pacific Palisades never reached higher than 40 miles per hour.
This is the GOAT. This is like the GOAT. This guy's John Wicking all of Los Angeles right now, and he's winning.
6 hours, they didn't go above 27 miles per hour. He's saying several things that are completely inaccurate. First of all, there was one reservoir that was out of commission. So the winds reached close to 100 miles an hour.
Actually, only half the water was missing, not all the water.
And the planes were unable to fly. So if there were reservoirs, if that reservoir had been open, it would not have worked. She's an incredible liar. Everyone on their phones, Google it. 40 weather stations in the Pacific Palisades. It never went above 40 miles per hour. She's referencing the Altadena fire.
I have to interrupt you.
Now, of course, the moderator...
I have to interrupt you. There's no way that we're going to have a libtard lose an election in Los Angeles.
Will step in to assist the establishment candidates, but it just highlights how desperate they are to dispel.
By the way, this is democracy. All right, every leftoid screams about democracy. Democracy is when the civilian is like, I'm fucking tired of this shit, and rallies the other civilians behind him and overthrows the establishment. That is true democracy. And this moderator, this allegedly neutral party, interrupting him to run defense for the establishment candidate, that is a threat to democracy. And no one wants to talk about it, but the threats to democracy all come from the left. The people that import infinite retards, the ones that don't want fair elections, the ones that aren't pushing against voter ID, those are the anti-democracy people. It's not the Republicans.
Truth, as we covered their lies in depth back in 2025, when Mayor Trash came back from Ghana and basically refused to answer any questions. Even Fox News tried to cover for her.
You gotta have water, and my understanding is the reservoir was not refilled in time.
That's right.
And in a timely manner to keep the hydrants going.
Despite what you have heard from Caruso, no firefighters have told us that they are running out of water.
And let's go out to Gigi Graciette. She is live in Pacific Palisades.
Well, firefighters have told me they have no water on this block.
No matter how...
Leftists be like, there's no reports that they're out of water. Let's talk to the person on the ground. Person on the ground, they're out of water.
How much you hate the mainstream media, you don't hate them enough. And even when CNN admitted it, they framed it as the homeowner's fault.
And those water tanks ran dry. Part of the problem is a lot of people are using hoses, trying to understandably hose down their lawn.
You are fucking kidding me. A guy used a hose, and you're like, that's why we're out of water in this fucking city. A guy used a hose. A guy used a hose because his house was on fire and he tried to put it out. Wow.
He's hoping that will
That's
stop the fire. A lot of
humiliating,
firefighters
man.
will say that's not
Oh
going to
my
stop
God.
a
Spencer
fire like
Pratt
this
to
from
go.
burning down your house.
So just over a year later, Mayor Basura is gonna pretend this didn't happen. But for the people like Spencer Pratt, who actually had their homes burned down, it's not something he'd simply forget and believe Basura's revisionist history. But now, Bass's asinine campaign is saying she's the real victim.
It was one of the worst moments of my life to not be here when my city needed me.
I was the real victim of the fire that burnt down all of your houses. Because I was on vacation and I wasn't even in the country. I was the victim.
It didn't matter where I was or why I
It did matter, actually, that you were not in the country as the country was burning down, yes.
was away. To me, it reminds me of like if you're away and a family member is in an accident. But I think that I deserve a second term, and I'm going to fight for that.
What if it's your fault that the family member was in an accident?
Because we have made significant progress in a variety of areas. For example, homelessness was going up year after
It's
year.
still up.
And under my watch, it is the first time we've had a decrease in street homelessness.
And let's be clear, this is also something we've covered on this
I
channel.
think that's a lie.
As LA only decreased homelessness because one, they changed the parameters of who qualified as homeless.
Every single time. Crime is down. Well, we just don't consider robbery as crime anymore, and all of a sudden, crime is down. It's all right.
Meaning living in your car didn't count anymore, and then they both reduced the amount of
Living in your car doesn't count as homeless. They literally don't have a home. It's in the word. What are we doing?
employees counting and the hours they were allowed to count.
Do you feel like, based on what you're seeing, that we have an accurate count or idea of how many homeless live within the county of Los Angeles?
Oh my God.
The only numbers that got counted were the night counts, which the night counts were 0.
Do you think overall Los is trying to keep the numbers lower?
And I think it's going to impact the mayor because she's telling people that homelessness is down.
They just lie to you. They use words to control you.
But based on what I see on the streets, it's not down.
And as bad as this jukes the stats in itself, the real reason they could say they're ending homelessness is in LA, over 6 of them die every single day. As
a huge W. We fucking culled the homeless. Homelessness is down! And all it took was us unleashing pestilence upon their camps. Huge W for LA. Let's go.
Basura's rampant drug problem has somehow been rebranded as a win for homelessness. But at least Spencer actually knows what's ailing Los Angeles.
They are on super meth. They are on fentanyl. The DEA statistic says 93% of this is a drug addiction problem. Councilwoman Robbins...
That's actually true, by the way. A lot of people don't know this. Homelessness is almost always not because of financial problems and almost always because of drug addiction problems. This obviously is not every single time, but this is a majority of cases. They'll ask homeless people, like, why are you homeless? And they'll talk about the drugs and shit.
Plan for treatment first. I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck. These people do not want a bed. They want fentanyl or super meth.
Yeah.
These ideas cost us over $400 million to house 70, what did you say, 3,000 people for $400 million? This is absolute failure for both of them.
As a homeless industrial complex is real,
Bro, this
why
is
would the
like literally like, you burnt me down, I will burn you down.
Democrats solve any of this mass suffering in their city when they can just endlessly collect blank checks to fight it? But the only thing worse than a corrupt mayor is someone that wants to be a corrupt mayor.
Do you support the ordinance that restricts encampments in front of schools or daycare centers? Mayor Bass, I'm going to start with you. Yes or no? Ms. Rahman, yes or no?
I support keeping our streets safe. I did vote against the structure of this particular ordinance. And it is because, at its best, it does not, the way this ordinance was structured, it does not keep our children.
It's hilarious to see a simple question become such a nonsensical word salad. But the sad fact is, she can't simply say no. As Spencer shows, homelessness is her cash cow.
That's right.
You know,
homelessness is a business.
Nithya, Manchurian candidate, laundered taxpayer
God,
money
I love
into
this
her
guy.
own
This
homeless
guy's incredible.
nonprofit. Well, both she and Karen Bass.
I love how his entire campaign is just purely driven on pure and utter rage and spite and fucking working.
Hoorah! Would love for you to forget the Shelby fraud, when developer Stephen Taylor bought a property for $11 million and then just a few weeks later, he was able to flip it to an LA homeless nonprofit for $27.3 billion. Karen Basura apparently even called the developer personally begging for the property. And despite the developer being arrested and an ongoing federal investigation, Ram Manchurian and the LA City Council still support the project.
It's like these shady politicians don't see their citizens' problems as issues to fix, but opportunities to make themselves rich. As the primary, if not only reason I moved out of Los Angeles 2 years ago was the continuous rampant rise in crime. While Spencer wants to spend money to solve it.
What is your strategy for getting more people, recruiting more officers and paying for it?
First off, I'm going to bring hiring back to the LAPD. Right now, the LAPD is hired by the same people that hire sanitation, and we need to bring it back like it was 20 plus years ago. This idea that Councilman Rahman keeps saying that the police department is overfunded, public safety should be our #1 priority.
Rahman wants to sell you some silly socialist fantasy.
The safety of people in Los Angeles is...
I love how we import foreigners and they literally only fucking have campaigns that benefit foreigners. But not the actual, native population that's getting stabbed. And by native population, I obviously mean the white Europeans that built the country. That's the natives. So that's a Native American. And the foreigners, they come in, like the people from, India or Pakistan or whatever the fuck, wherever Nguyen Ramen here is from. And she's going to be pushing this shit. Sorry, man. Sorry. No, we don't want you to be running defense for the illegals. And we actually do want to be protecting the natives. This is crazy.
Absolutely essential. But that's why I think we have
We're gonna hire social workers to stop the fucking drug addict terrorists.
Start getting honest with people about how we're actually going to respond. So many calls that are coming into LAPD do not require armed officer response.
The whole defund the police and replace them with social workers has never worked, especially in the same city that already tried it. They replaced the actual police with these unarmed Metro ambassadors who just sit there and watch as you get assaulted. Their colorful outfits just make them look like rodeo clowns watching us get told. Their unarmed method already with social workers has never worked, especially in the same city that already tried it. They replaced the actual police with these unarmed Metro ambassadors who just sit there and watch as you get assaulted. Their colorful outfits just make them look like rodeo clowns watching us get tossed around by the criminals they refuse to do anything about. But keep in mind, Rahman is a city council member who just unanimously voted to stop LAPD from making traffic stops based on what they consider minor violations.
That is fucking insane. These people should get rounded up, bro. What are we doing?
Meanwhile, using high-tech, expensive cameras to automatically ticket law-abiding drivers. It's this common theme they constantly repeat. Refuse to enforce any law.
Infinite tickets for the natives to fund the retards and criminals.
Laws on the EBT tribes. Meanwhile, finding dystopian measures on how to fine and tax anybody dumb enough to still follow the rules. But when someone comes in to actually enforce a law and protect the citizens, Mayor Basura wants to take credit.
Who ordered this operation with the feds? Is it a sign that our communities are not safe?
No, actually, that operation was ordered by the feds. However, we have been working in collaboration because we were very well aware of the drug dealing that was taking place there. We have used a comprehensive approach when it comes to MacArthur Park. Multiple things are needed. And so what happened a couple of hours ago was an action that had been in the works for many, many years.
Yes, the feds had to step in to do our job. But we were aware of this, allowing it to take place for many years, so let's go ahead and call it a joint operation.
It's a joint operation where they did all the work and I knew about it.
But remember, last time the feds came in to MacArthur Park specifically, she ran down there to make her social media moment against the feds stepping in.
Yes, my comment is they need to leave, and they need to leave right now. And ultimately, because this is unacceptable.
It's crazy that her entire stance changed over the last couple of months when people realized, hold up, we have a special button that you could just put people in jail and crime stop. People actually really like that.
So when this federal raid targeted that same park, stopping enough fentanyl to kill over 190,000 people, of course some of the arrests were on individuals already wearing ankle monitors. You really wonder who let these people free to offend again, but it's probably the same people that allowed them to operate in broad daylight with protection against federal law enforcement in this sanctuary city, endangering all of us with their narcotics, or so the Democrats can secure their new voter base.
Non-citizens, should they? I mean, because let's think about it. Who are the criminals going to vote for? The people that put them in jail, or the people that keep letting them out of jail? Who are the illegals going to vote for with their illegal votes because they don't need ID? Are they going to vote for the people trying to deport them, or the people that are actually trying to give them free shit that other people earn? All right, understand, this is just how the left survive. They survive and thrive on the lowest forms of parasites in our society. That is how they exist at all.
They'd be allowed to vote in local elections. Is this a yes or no, Mr. Pratt?
No.
Mayor Bass.
It depends. It's not a yes or no.
It is a yes or no. No, people that aren't citizens shouldn't be voting. What are we even talking about?
Depends on what?
Well, first of all, when you say non-citizens, it doesn't mean they're here illegal.
It does depend.
Yeah, what are we even talking about? Non-citizens, even if they're legal, they shouldn't be able to vote. Why are these people so desperate? So desperate. I mean, we all know the answer. Why are they so desperate to import people from other countries that can vote on the future of our country? Duh, it's because they're going to vote for the party that wants to bring in their entire fucking extended family because America's the best country on the planet.
And in other places, school boards have non-citizens.
Yes or no?
Non-citizens who vote
Mr. Pratt, I have a question for you.
Again, it's a 5-on-1 debate, as they've evaded admitting that illegals voting has always been their plan, but their mask has slowly been slipping the more they use your tax dollars to protect their new voter base.
A bold message now posted across Los Angeles, signs going up declaring city property off limits for ICE.
The signs have no legal weight, force, or effect on anything the federal government does.
More than 450 of these signs now posted at parking lots, libraries, the LA Zoo.
And you know, it's all just a giant propaganda campaign to emotionally manipulate liberal white women into thinking that ICE is like the Gestapo Nazi army coming to deport innocent people. You know, and it works to some extent. But anyone that actually knows anything realizes this shit's insane. All right, and that's why the leftist vice grip on society is falling apart so badly.
Ready to leave?
And notably, MacArthur Park, one sign and installation could run about $500, bringing the total to around $250,000.
Executive Director.
These signs are completely unenforceable and nothing but an empty gesture to show how they're fighting Trump again. The problem being, the city's currently in a $1 billion budget deficit.
They're spending millions on bullshit fucking signs. That has no power. It's all just a propaganda campaign. It is a propaganda
Hey, what's up? I got the mods.
To bring in the retards that will destroy your civilization. Funded by
Right now I have a 16 by 16K map I'm playing on. I also have a big city in the Pine Forest. And I also can craft from containers. I don't remember exactly, but I could go up to 16K.
They apologize. It admits their failure.
I got another mod that puts cities in the burnt, it puts large urban areas in pine forest and burnt forest, and then I got another one where I can craft from the containers.
I'm still telling absolutely everybody I know that does vote for Spencer Pratt and tell 2 more people they need to as well. And judging by the local NBC affiliate's survey,
So 2 for the map making and 1 just for more convenient crafting.
I can't even believe it, you know? Like, the fix everything button is getting slammed. Everyone's pushing that button right now.
We'll share this video with anybody that doesn't necessarily have the time to watch a full hour-long debate, or just doesn't trust the mainstream media.
But yeah,
That's right.
straight in front of me, you can see skyscrapers.
Citizen journalists.
I'm not that far from a city.
Bringing attention to the issues with society, and it's incredible watching it actually.
And I started an underground base.
All the like people that are like accelerationists that are like, oh, we just have to vote for Democrats to make sure that the Republicans work harder. No. All we need to do is replace as many fucking retards as we can. We need to purge these motherfuckers and replace them with some radical assholes that will do the shit that needs to be done. Because it's already happening. And Donald Trump getting elected for president a couple of times, that's the proof. Now, believe it or not, Donald Trump is getting pressured by the World Health Organization that the United States needs to apologize in return because we need to do new quarantines because of a new virus that's showing up.
So far,
It's insane that we're doing this again, man. Just in the UK confirms the
I haven't had any problems.
Hantavirus infection. Hantavirus is a new virus that is now transmittable to humans, apparently. We thought it was only existing in animals with a, like, 40% mortality rate, unlike COVID, which is like a 0.008% mortality rate. The hantavirus seems like it actually would kill 40% of the people that get it, which is pretty insane. Right now, there's only, like, 5 cases that we know about, but it's getting hairy, and people are starting to make, like, a big deal about it. Now, just to understand other things that are going on at the same time, there's a Disney cruise ship where staffers, among 28, arrested in a giant child porn operation. No one's surprised that it's now you'll see why I'm bringing all this up together. Now, Israel confirmed its first hantavirus case, which is pretty incredible. However, just to sift through the fake news because I do all the research, the case of hantavirus in Israel is not a contagious form. It's a non-contagious strand of hantavirus. So this is literally just fear-mongering. I just felt like I needed to bring it up. But we have to talk about the new Resident Evil IRL scheme that's happening. Just in, Spain allows hantavirus cruise ships to dock in the Canary Islands. There is so much suicidal empathy in the West that these people are, oh, we can't just put these people in quarantine and keep them away from society. We need to get everyone infected by this bullshit so that the entire world can need to be quarantined and be retarded for society. Oh my god, dude, this is insane! Insane! These people are like, not only are we gonna let in infinite Moroccan Muslims, but we're also gonna let in people with hantavirus. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Spain. Communist president of Spain is going to kill us all in the name of suicidal empathy. We're literally watching this happen, you know. We'll import infinite retards and people with incredibly dangerous, deadly new disease that is hopefully happening. So let me introduce you to hantavirus before we get into the details of how fucked up this shit is.
What is a hantavirus? Hantaviruses are a type of virus
I ain't getting killed by no hentai virus, you hear me?
mainly transmitted to humans by rodents. They can cause respiratory and cardiac problems, as well as hemorrhagic fevers.
That's right, they had fucking ratatouille going on.
Hemorrhoidic fevers.
Getting everyone infected with this garbage.
There are several types of hantavirus depending on the region of the world and the clinical presentation. According to the Swiss Federal Office of Public Health, there is one extremely rare type which can be transmitted between humans. The viruses exist on all continents, and they get their names from the Hantan River on the border between North and South Korea. Hantaviruses are transmitted to humans by infected wild rodents such as mice and rats. These rodents pass on the virus through their saliva, urine, and feces. Infection can occur after a bite or contact with an infected rodent or its droppings, but also through inhalation of contaminated dust. Hantaviruses can cause infections of varying severity,
I guess
some
I'm
of which
gonna
are
have to
fatal.
pay you
The initial
now
clinical
that you
symptoms
did
are
it.
generally those of the flu: fever, headache,
Man, I ain't
and
getting
muscle aches.
shit for fucking
Hantavirus infection
rewards.
commonly leads to 2 diseases: hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, found in the Americas, which can cause pulmonary edema, and hemorrhagic fever with renal syndrome, found in Europe and Asia, which causes kidney dysfunction. According to the Public Health
Come to
Agency
think
of
of it,
Canada,
can't say I'm not
approximately 200
surprised.
cases of hantavirus pulmonary syndrome occur each year, mainly in North and South America. In the absence of a vaccine or specific medications against hantaviruses, treatment consists solely of relieving symptoms.
Yeah, so obviously everyone's freaking out about this now that it seems like there's a couple of people that are contagious to some degree. Now, one of the things that a lot of people were bringing attention to was this Twitter post, because every time something crazy happens in the world, you have the people being like, wait a second, let's just search up the name, hantavirus. So this is a post from 2022 saying 2023 Corona ended, 2026 hantavirus. Now we're here. A lot of people found this tweet and freaked the fuck out, because how the fuck is this possible? Especially because this whole account, it says soothsayer reads the future and only has 4 tweets All right, on the entire account, 4 tweets from 2022, calling himself a future-telling soothsayer, and one of them is this. So, you know, a lot of people
Yeah,
are
you
getting
can
really
make
scared 'cause every time
the
something insane
beehives.
happens, you always find some random Twitter account that said some ridiculous
The weird
shit.
thing about the
Now,
beehive is by the
coincidence
time
or
you can make it,
planned?
you
That is
kind
the
of don't
question.
need it.
I don't know. Just in, the Director General of WHO, the World Health Organization, is using hantavirus as an example of why the U.S. should consider withdrawing from the WHO. And it's like, bro, we are not doing this shit again. We are not doing this shit again. We are withdrawing from the World Health Organization. Fuck you people. That Trump actually did this. I called it. So when did this happen? I was like, well, this giant global pandemic we're going to be free of. I literally called this months ago when Trump finally withdrew from the World Health Organization because fuck these people. Because actually, I don't want to be part of this giant global hegemonic retard organization. I don't want to be part of the World Health Organization, the United Nations, NATO. I don't want to be part of any of that shit. I am like, I'm America first. I don't want to deal with your problems and your bullshit and your lib-cuck politics. So get out of here with this. Now,
Yeah,
as I
I've
showed
actually
you
made it
before,
before
Disney
too.
cruise ships
It's
after
actually,
28 arrested in
I
massive
make it a
dollar
lot.
operation. First of all, of course,
It's nice to have on hand because it cures both dysentery and
but this is just
the Z virus.
big week for cruise ships, bro. We got cruise ships caught in giant child porn.
Yeah.
We got cruise ships getting caught.
I've actually used it. It's a good thing to have, man. It cures both dysentery and the Z virus.
First of all, that's anti-Semitic. Second of all, you're probably right. Anyway, so so this tweet was going viral too.
United States also nothing until May 3rd, when the news breaks and we've learned about something called hantavirus. It's pretty much like this for the rest of the
God
world.
damn
I
it.
checked China.
I went through all that trouble to jump there and I couldn't even
checked
make it up the
Russia,
ladder.
And then out of curiosity, I went and checked Israel. Because Israel tends to have a reoccurring tendency to be Googling things that have yet to be spoken about. You like to see what the Israel graph looks like? The fuck is this? So,
there's a blip.
Israel, about a month
There was a blip
before
of
the
the
rest of the world started searching what the
my
hantavirus was. We're searching hantavirus collectively enough times for it to register here. Why? This is on Google Trends. You can check this. Just out of curiosity, I was like, hantavirus, huh? That sounds like another global pandemic waiting to happen. Why would they be prematurely searching something collectively at the same time? And let's get to register here that the rest of the world, UK,
Where the fuck they come from?
not between all
a month before this shit happened. Now, obviously, the reason why also create the hantavirus because if you look at zombies, Google Trends, zombies, two SMAs, you know, the reality, you realize that again, ultimately, these blips happen all the time. People are fear-mongering over this because everyone remembers COVID. That shit
Well, I think it's the yucca smoothie that gives you the best thirst release or best hydration.
The Epstein documents talking about a global pandemic where lots of people died. Talking about how we're going to initiate quarantine and shit and pushing that. I thought he was talking about COVID. That maybe it was a hantavirus. I don't know. Now, I'm not getting worked up over this. I'm firmly in the nothing ever happens camp. All right, I am confident nothing ever happens. Okay, chill out, guys. It'll be fine. But first we have to look at Disney getting absolutely obliterated and the hantavirus situation, which is getting out of control.
People are crashing out on Mandalorian, new movie in clips. It's the biggest flop by Disney by far. I haven't seen this at all. New clip from Mandalorian and Grogu.
What are you waiting for? Hop on.
It's so wild how absolutely no one fucking cares about another Star Wars movie. Like, you want to see more woke slop kids where we rape your old favorite franchise?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, no one cares about this. It's crazy how no one cares. It's awesome.
Did we get him? Not yet, sir, but we will.
It's a fat stick. Let's go.
We missed him. He's under us.
Oh, and this is another one too.
So they're making it just like looks like AI, and this is why I support AI in general. I want to take gatekeeping out of the hands of these fat retards in Hollywood that are sloppifying and homosexualizing literally everything they possibly can. I'm sorry, trust me, you deserve your failure. Your gatekeeping will end because AI is in our hands. You can generate that shit with AI.
Come on.
A movie out of it, is that right?
I need you to go to the control panel. Remember the button?
Yeah.
I need you to touch them. For the ignition relay cutoff. It's next to the fuel differential readout, which is between the pressure gauge and the primary reserve.
Oh my god.
So, don't touch.
So, it's crazy how much this just looks like slop.
This way. Remember I showed you that one? It's on the other side of the manual control surface calibration.
Oh.
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
That is the Mandalorian. Is that it? I mean, how many Star Wars?
Completely soulless, bro. No one cares.
Yeah, he usually gives you that. I usually just, by that time, I usually have a mini bike going.
Tough focus group on Star Wars as 5, 17, and 18-year-olds show no interest. How are you feeling about Star Wars? I like the old stuff, but the new stuff, nah, I'm not too excited for The Mandalorian. I've never watched it. Anything that came out after I was born isn't that...
The kids are all right.
Anything that came out after I was born isn't that great. Star Wars has been quiet lately, but I like Andor a lot. A lot of people like the Andor. Baby Yoda is creepy. Oh, wow. Disney has reportedly tempered expectations for Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu, which is currently tracking to open lower in the box office and bomb Solo, a Star Wars story. Holy shit, that is embarrassing. Mandalorian and Grogu are now tracking at $65 million, which would set the record for the lowest Disney.
You go woke, you go broke. It's not a promise, it's a prophecy. It's inevitable.
Wait a minute. So this is even worse than the previous flops. It's a tax write-off? I guess so. This is insane. Is Disney's Star Wars brand beyond repair? I think that it is.
Yeah.
Really, now what is
They're
this?
cooked.
This movie is a commercial. It's a commercial for the Baby Yodas. Other than that, why would anybody else care about it? Let me see what this is. Disney to remove Star Wars sequel trilogy from timeline and refocus on the original characters. Wait, they're just gonna say never mind?
Really?
If this
It
were
was a bad dream, guys. They're gonna Jedi mind trick you. There was no Disney Star Wars pre-sequels, guys. This never happened, guys. We made everything gay and it's all bad.
True, if you want
no one likes Jedi butt sex, it seems. That's crazy.
Most dramatic franchise shifts in modern Hollywood history. They're just gonna delete it? Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, they're just gonna retcon the entire thing? So what do I think about the movie? I think this is just, it looks like another mediocre Star Wars movie. Like, this is like basically an AI-generated battle scene. There's nothing really interesting or compelling about this at all.
Slop, bro. Slop. So not only do all these Disney staffers get blasted for getting caught with child porn, but their baby franchise that's supposed one of the biggest franchises of all time.
Oh, you're fucking...
Absolute
God damn it.
Bro, even the
They do that to me every fucking time.
Crazy. Miserable. God damn.
And I hate how stingy they are with the fucking food, man.
All right, now let's look into this hentai virus situation.
A deadly virus outbreak on a ship. To recap, incredibly deadly virus that is 99.9% of the time animal to human. Looks like it's now going human to human now. A bunch of people got infected. Oh shit, one of them got on a plane and potentially infected passengers. The suspected hantavirus patients have been evacuated.
Oh, we're not doing this again, by the way.
Evacuated from an infected rat
I am
virus.
firmly... look, I'm reporting this because it's in the news and it's viral and everyone's talking about it, and that's what I do. I cover all the things every day. I do a deep dive every day on all the things. Let me just be clear. I am firmly in the camp of nothing ever happened. Nothing's happening, guys. It's a psyop to get Trump to go back to the World Health Organization, all right? To turn us back into this global economy, globalized retard situation. It's not happening, okay? Please.
An infected rat virus cruise ship in Camp Verde in Africa. 3 passengers
Their
have
chef
already...
was Remy from Ratatouille, bro.
They died? What the fuck?
Yeah, 40% mortality rate.
Swiss government confirms that MV Hondius passenger who returned to Switzerland was infected with hantavirus.
Hantavirus infections have risen again from 7 people who were on board the MV Hondius to at least 2 new people for a total of at least 9. And one of those 2 new cases was not a passenger on that that ship, and this is concerning because it means that.
By the way, a lot of the issues for infectious disease in our country actually comes from illegal immigrants. I know that everyone on the left is like, "Oh, is everything about illegals for you?" I don't know, man. We didn't have measles for like decades, and now all of a sudden there's measles outbreaks in the country. Guess who's fucking here? They're getting measles. All right, where's that fucking happening, huh?
That's a pretty decent weapon.
Well, look here, boys.
Honestly,
We
I
got
feel so much
ourselves a
safer
real-life
than border
hero.
now.
And
The
now
virus
he
has
wants to
spread
be
from
paid.
person to person. Now, this case involves a French national. He traveled on this plane.
Listen up,
out of New
jackass.
St. Helena to
What are you
Johannesburg,
standing there
South
for?
Africa.
Don't
It was
you
the
have
same
work
plane
to
as
do?
one of the first passengers who got sick on the ship. That was a 69-year-old Dutch woman who collapsed just hours after she landed in Johannesburg.
What the
Her
fuck?
70-year-old husband had already died on the ship, and he
What the? He's telling this story. This is the kind of thing that you expect to hear whenever it's like, Shackleton's Adventures.
Bro, Resident Evil.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and I'm gonna come back and smoke.
To the North Pole. What the fuck? This is crazy.
was the first victim in this hantavirus.
Yeah.
Now, making this more
The
concerning,
burning
there were
shaft
about
mod
85 passengers and
for a
crew
spear,
on
I would
that
say the
scene.
burning shaft mod,
Quarantine them. I'm not doing
and I
it.
think it's
We're
the
not doing
serrated
this.
blade
I don't
mod
care.
that adds
Communist
bleed
retard
damage.
Spain cares about their human rights and lets them out in public. No, we're not doing
I
this
would
again.
probably say
And
those
then
are
there is
probably
the
the two
second
best
new
for a
confirmed
spear.
case, a Swiss national and also a man, and he is linked to the ship and was another passenger.
Oh my
Sometime
God.
in late April, he left the ship with his
No.
wife and flew home to Zurich.
Are we gonna have another
It's not
I think
COVID?
the
Zurich felt
reinforced
sick, he
shaft
tested for
mod
antibodies.
could do.
COVID at a mortality rate of 0.008%.
That would just
and this is a mortality
slow
rate
down
of 15%
the
of people that get it die. All right, that's
degradation
obviously
of
a
it.
massive difference. This will not be another COVID. If it actually becomes some sort of global outbreak, it's gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna be the government gonna be like, well, they didn't believe COVID was real, so now we're just gonna have to fucking kill 1 million people, I guess. I really don't trust these guys. These fucking government fucks. Get them out of here.
Virus and was confirmed to have the Andes strain. This is the one that can jump from human to human. He's now hospitalized and in isolation in Zurich. His wife isn't showing any symptoms and she is self-isolating. But whatever flight or flights this man and his wife took to get home will be in focus for more contact tracing.
Oh my
which could involve
God.
hundreds more people in planes and on the ground.
Well, and here's the thing. It has like a 30 to 50%
Yeah, hang on,
mortality, right? Case fatality. 35 to 40%.
Yeah.
I normally wouldn't make a video like this, but I feel like I need
Craft
to say
from
something,
containers,
so I'm gonna keep things down. And what's happening right
PCZ
now
all
is
map
real.
size
All
generation.
We're not just a story. We're not
That's
just
my other one,
headlines.
and then ISI World Gen Tweaker.
There's a
That's
lot
the
of
one that gives me
uncertainty. All we
cities
want right now is to feel
in
safe,
Pine
to have
Forest
clarity,
and
to get home. So if you're seeing coverage
Pine
about
Forest
this,
and Burnt
just
Forest.
remember that there are real people behind it, and that this isn't something happening somewhere far away. It's happening to us right now. I'll share more when I can, but for now.
Man, I'm not minimizing what you're going through. That shit sucks, but please don't bring it here. Please.
So at the end of last week, Fox News reported that Cenk's nephew was served a subpoena in connection with the trip that he did into Cuba, which, by the way, a lot of people on the left wing are reporting as a humanitarian aid mission, but in reality was actually a propaganda trip on behalf of the Cuban government, an adversary of the United States of America, and this was done to do propaganda against this country, us, America, and it might have violated sanctions, and a lot of people were celebrating this initial announcement, saying that Cenk's nephew is going to jail, and we can see from a lot of the footage of Cenk's nephew from his stream that he is absolutely terrified at the prospect of him going to jail, and is now in the haggling phase of the stages of grief, where he's saying, oh, it's not even a good idea to put me in jail if you really think about it.
But it's so strange because, like, this is not even beneficial for any of these people. It's not even beneficial. And they don't get it. They don't understand it. Like, is it for you? Is this helpful for you if I go to prison? No.
I despise Cenk. I despise these people that act as foreign agents against the United States of America, but unfortunately, I ended up stumbling across this TYT segment, and of course, Cenk's nephew is the nephew of Cenk Uygur of TYT, and what I discovered in that particular segment is that apparently Cenk's nephew has yet to be served this subpoena, so essentially, Fox is either doing early reporting or speculative reporting, and a lot of the hay that is being made about the potential criminal cases cases against Jenks' nephew are honestly just speculation, which, by the way, is one of the reasons why, despite the fact that I have comments from you guys out there in the audience, I was yet to cover this segment until this point, because we don't have the subpoena, we don't know what they're looking for, we don't even know if Jenks' nephew is the target of the investigation, and one of the reasons that that's absolutely crucial information is because it turns out this trip was also done in conjunction with Code Pink, and the Code Pink founder is married to a billionaire that used to be in America, like he made his money in the United States of America, but is now currently in Shanghai, so this might be a situation where they're actually looking into Chinese propaganda using organizations like Code Pink to, of course, advocate for the United States of America. So this is what we're going to talk about today. This is what we're going to discuss. But before we do, I want to thank everybody who supports this channel via actualjusticewarrior.com/join.
Give me the money. Give me the money. Okay?
I think that ultimately the target is probably Singham and his operation from PSL to Answer Coalition to Code Pink, like finance. And it's not new. It's been around for a while, but it's obviously it's through regardless, because like it's ridiculous, right? It's like totally ridiculous to try and you know, to try and stop like the political advocacy of an American citizen, right? Roy Singham is an American citizen. He lives in China now, and he's a centimillionaire. I think he like has almost $1 billion. Not sure how much money he has now. He's been a funding vehicle for a lot of like political, a lot of country, like a lot of activism, and they hate that shit. Like the American government hates that shit, so they're trying to jam him up. You know, they're trying to hit him on anything and everything they possibly can. That's it. That's the goal here. That's the broader goal.
So I believe Jenks' nephew actually mentioned this guy on one of his live streams as of late as the potential target of this investigation. But if you are unaware, this is a guy called Neville Roy Singham, who again made money in the United States of America, was actually born in Connecticut according to his Wikipedia page. But for some odd and curious reason, this guy is currently operating out of Shanghai, China, and he's funding political activism that is distinctly anti-American and anti-Western, specifically to subvert American foreign policy and American legitimacy abroad. And obviously that is a bit suspicious. That is a bit weird, considering he is in China and you can't really do political activity in China without the kind of approval that you would get from the Chinese government. So this has led a lot of people to speculate that, of course, Code Pink and affiliated organizations are in fact Chinese. That should be surprising to no one out there in the audience. And by the way, this also kind of makes a lot of sense, because if you think about it, Jenks' nephew probably a year before he decided to go to Cuba said that he wouldn't do something like that, despite the fact that he was getting contacted by Cuban officials, aka the trip would have been coordinated with the Cuban government, because he thought he would end up in jail.
I want to go to Cuba. Would you be down?
I fucking love Cuba.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I filmed a documentary there once.
The Cuban government actually hit my contact in the embassy and told him that if the only thing stopping us from coming to Cuba was the consistent internet access, we can make it happen.
Yeah, Cuba is sick.
Wait,
like the government reached out to you?
So yeah, of course. It's well, not reach out to me. There's like there's a middleman there.
But after his propaganda trip to China, suddenly Jenks' nephew was totally fine going to Cuba with this particular organization, and it is likely, although this is speculation, that he might have met with this particular billionaire. Again, somebody who is being allowed to operate out of Shanghai very suspiciously, because American political activists that promote American political interests do not get to operate out of Shanghai, but for some reason this guy does. I wonder why that that is. So yeah, it seems like this is what the subpoena, if it's actually served, would be related to. So I don't actually think that this is going to be the instance of Jank's nephew going to jail unless he participated in something that is the equivalent of not registering as a foreign agent, or of course operating in coordination with sanctioned parties, which by the way, people have speculated that there's a case for that. But as of right now, we have not seen the evidence. So at this moment in time, these are allegations and not facts.
False allegations and not facts.
Now, of course, many people are running cover for Jank's nephew. They're saying, oh my God, he was just giving food to the poor in Cuba, as if he wasn't actively doing propaganda on behalf of the Cuban government. And by the way, a lot of times it was racist propaganda. Remember what he said about Miami Cubans, you know, people who fled the authoritarian communist regime that this guy was sucking up to versus Cubans on the island?
Cubans, fucking best people, okay? So kind, so welcoming, just the best. Just the absolute best people. Oh my Lord. Okay? Anyway, but yeah, we worked hard and we were able to set up a goddamn stream, you know? Not in Miami. Oh, it's the reversal. Actually, literally, like, exact opposite. Like, all the good Cubans stayed here, and most of the like flew up there. I swear to God. I had a really funny experience with that. It's like we get in the car, we get into Uber last night. Mark and I are about to discuss that we're gonna be in Cuba, like talking about plans, right? And I was like, March, don't say anything, because I noticed.
I think this is the farm. There's 2 pigs up there somewhere. Wait, is that one? No, that's just some dude.
Like, I literally went, don't say anything.
I'm afraid if I go any further.
Here, and I really couldn't let this clip go by without adding additional commentary, because for this guy to say the Miami Cubans, they're just a bunch of crazies, imply that they're genocidal and they don't care about Cuba, is absurd and ridiculous. I was just in Miami, and one of the places I love going is Little Havana. There's a restaurant, it's called El Pub. Highly recommend, the food is great, and the workers at this restaurant wear this shirt right here. And I know it's in Spanish, so for those of you who can't read Spanish, I'll give you the translation, which is as follows: where the Cuba of yesterday is lived today. And again, I'm not trying to disparage Cubans on the island or anything of the sort when I say this, because it's not about a comparison. It's just about telling you the reality that these people aren't crazy genocidal freaks. They are incredibly welcoming. They are incredibly proud and loving of their country, which is why they want the country to come back. So for this son of a bitch, Jank's nephew, to go out of his way to demean these people, degrade these people, and by the way, he frequently uses the term gusano to describe people who are American Cubans, which again is all a part of communist Cuban propaganda. Honestly, he needs to be ruined in a number of ways, even if this particular case doesn't work out. Again, disgusting in every possible way. The worst of the worst is Jank's nephew. Yeah, ridiculous and insane, but to make matters worse, among the people that are doing propaganda on behalf of Jank's nephew is Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks. And by the way, I obviously expect this from Jank. I expect this from Anna also as well, because it's hard to look at the guy that you're sitting next to for the last 20 years and say, yeah, your nephew might be in trouble. He might have done some stupid stuff. He shouldn't be coordinating with the foreign government. And to a certain degree, because a lot of lefties call out Anna for supposedly putting personal grievances above absolutely everything, it is kind of admirable, because if you guys will recall, Jank's nephew has repeatedly thrown Anna Kasparian under the bus, even sucking up to Olay, that large black woman who attacked Anna racially, and then cut together a compilation of Anna reading the N-word in segments where she was universally condemning white people for using the N-word, and making the claim that Anna was actually hurling that at black people, and she was perfectly okay with doing that. And Anna is still deciding to back up Jank's nephew.
Now, I love Oleyemi. I think Oleyemi is great. I'm excited to have her on the broadcast. Hopefully, eventually, her and Lol Overruled were supposed to come on the broadcast. She's a wonderful person. She does a lot for, she does a lot for criminal justice reform, and she's great. But here is what her take was, I guess, against Anna. I think this like escalated basically because she had been on the Young Turks, and then she went on another show. And on that show, she said something about Anna. I don't really know what it was.
And in fact, that clip that I played earlier about attacking Cubans on the island, Anna's husband is Cuban. By the way, this is public information. Their family are Florida Cubans. And yeah, it takes a lot of, I guess, courage, or maybe you could call it a little bit of integrity, to back up somebody who is using racial epithets against members of the family that you married into. But again, all of that credit kind of gets undercut when I start seeing Anna not telling the truth. And again, really unfortunate. I understand she's in a precarious situation with Jenks sitting right next to her, but there are so many things in this particular segment that are completely false, and I think it's actually good for us to go over it because we can address some of the potential allegations against Jenks' nephew.
Piker and Benjamin are among those caught in a federal inquiry into whether activists who traveled to Cuba in March violated U.S. sanctions laws through the financing, coordination, or delivery of goods to Cuba, including potential contacts with Cuban government personnel or entities on the island. Now, before I continue, let me just note, if you are a reporter, a journalist, you are able to go to Cuba, yes, even as an American citizen, to cover what's happening in Cuba. There are sanctioned hotels that are run by the Cuban government, which is why they are listed as hotels you're not allowed to stay in if you do go to Cuba. But interestingly enough, Medea Benjamin, who has actually done this before, and Hassan Piker didn't stay at a sanctioned hotel. There was a claim by some random person on X that they did stay at a sanctioned hotel. And apparently people just ran with it as if it's the truth without actually looking into it.
So right here, Anna Kasparian makes the case that Jenks' nephew didn't actually stay at a sanctioned hotel. And in fact, that's just a rumor that was started on Twitter.com. And yet, never in this segment, even though Cenk Uygur is using inside information from talking to Jenks' nephew, do we get the hotel that he supposedly stayed at as an alternative to this. And if you guys will recall, the reason people were speculating that Jenks' nephew was staying at that hotel is because other people actually recognized the hotel. We also had exterior video from Cubans on the ground of that hotel being lit up while everything else was blacked out, and yet Anna just repeats that he wasn't staying there, even though when initially confronted with this information, Jenks' nephew didn't deny staying there. He actually said the U.S. government obligates him to stay there.
Yes, you should get off the internet for more than just 10 days a year, my man. No, I meant like mishaps and nuisances, like minor inconveniences. It play a very, I look at it very differently. I'm sure I'll reset back. I'll snap back to like being my spoiled self. But I will say this much. So, a couple things. Number one, the United States government literally has made it illegal for Americans to stay wherever they want in Cuba. Okay? Functioning industry that remains. So they're like actively trying to funnel resources into tourism so they can like bring money in. Okay? Bring money into the economy. I'm Israel high. Okay. It's good. We're good. I was saying, tourism is the lifeline for the Cuban economy as it stands currently. The government has very limited resources, and the American government makes it illegal for Americans to stay wherever they want when they're in Cuba. They have to stay in what they've declared as 5-star hotels, right? I'm telling you all this because, like, even the 5-star hotels are not like, you know, it's not like, it's what the American government has declared 5-star hotels. But regardless, in comparison to the situation on the island, it's prosperity pretty much. And experiencing that dichotomy is like definitely me up.
Again, Anna, Jank, if you want me to believe that Jank's nephew didn't stay at that hotel, that he almost certainly did stay at, then provide the actual hotel that they stayed at. Give us that information, give us that inside information, and explain the contradiction between what Jank's nephew said on his stream at the time while he was in Cuba versus right now, and why none of these people, by the way, were denying staying there again at the time when these allegations were floating out there. Now, another thing that Anna brings up, which is also completely not true and definitely obviously a propaganda thing that is being thrown out there, is the idea that Nick Shirley actually did the thing that Jank's nephew is being accused of.
Literally no Americans are concerned about it. And when Nick Shirley did it, no Americans were concerned about it. And he actually did it.
Nick Shirley actually stayed at a sanctioned Cuban hotel.
Okay, so, oops.
So this is a common talking point that is floating around on the internet.com, that Nick Shirley actually violated the law that Jank's nephew is accused of violating, even though, again, it is patently absurd and ridiculous. And in fact, Philip DeFranco, of all people, somebody who also is known to lie for Jank's nephew all the time, actually ended up debunking this because, again, we're talking about two completely different things.
It also appears that it all stems from the belief that they may have stayed at a hotel that the State Department has put on a Cuba restricted list. And because businesses on that list are thought to be, quote, under the control of or acting for or on behalf of Cuba's military or intelligence operations, they're considered state sponsors of terrorism. And while we don't know what's happening behind the scenes, you had Hassan publicly hitting back, saying, one, the American government would rather try to criminalize delivering aid to a country we've starved than punish the Epstein class. Two, he claimed that he stayed at a hotel approved by the State Department, and adding, the government got duped by a fucking viral Twitter post, I'm losing my mind. And three, he accused the right-wing influencer Nick Shirley of actually staying in an off-limits hotel. Right, and that's the guy who went viral for claiming that Minnesota was overtaken by fake Somali-run daycare. So the specifics there is that the hotel that Shirley admitted staying at, yes, is prohibited because it is ties to the Cuban government, but it is also not part of the same terrorism-linked list that Hassan's accused of violating.
So as you just heard right there from Philip DeFranco, of all people, who's proving to be more honest on this particular story than my literal bestie, Anna Kasparian.
Always feel free to double check what I'm saying. I never have a problem with that. And if I get something wrong, as sometimes I do, write in, let me know, because I don't want to perpetuate false information. A friend of mine, Sean, does that often during the show, and I always appreciate it.
Nick Shirley stayed at a hotel that, yes, is technically sanctioned, but it is under a different level of sanctions than the state sponsor of terrorism sanctions that reportedly Jank's nephew had stayed at. And again, while Anna and Jank are saying, no, that's absolutely not true, we talked to Jank's nephew privately, noticed that they still have yet to provide the actual hotel, wink, wink, that Jank's nephew stayed at, because of course, they don't have that information because the outside video of this hotel, all the different information and photographs, all of that indicates that he definitely did in fact stay there. And I will also point out that Nick Shirley actually went down there as a reporter, and he was harassed repeatedly by Cuban government officials, while Jank's nephew and of course the Code Pink ladies, they got the royal treatment from them. Again, they got energy pumped into their hotel to keep that live stream operating, while of course the regular Cubans ended up living in squalor. So I don't know what's going on right here. We're talking about Jank's nephew being journalisming while he's over there, but an actual journalist who actually wanted to report on the day-to-day lives of the Cubans, not take these ridiculous safari photos treating the regular Cuban people who are living in abject poverty due to their own government as animals. They get the royal treatment. They get absolutely everything, access to fuel over regular ordinary citizens. And yeah, totally makes sense. Totally legitimate here. Totally an even hand in the reporting from the Young Turks, which again, I don't expect all that much, but if I were in a situation like this where I didn't want to talk about somebody who was incredibly close to his nephew, potentially violating the law, I wouldn't lie to my audience. What I would do is, you know, kind of not address the subject, not promote false information, not put out actual false allegations and not facts.
So number one, you smear Hassan in every way you can, and Code Pink. But they're both opposed to Israel, so they must be smeared. This has nothing to do with Cuba. Nobody in Fox News Digital cares about Cuba. Nobody cares about Cuba in the country. I wish they did, because we're starving the Cubans. So wait, the people who are guilty were the ones who were open-hearted enough to go try to help starving Cubans. And they're the bad guys? because you tried to search for a technicality against them that hasn't been applied in like decades and couldn't even find one?
Now, also point out that Israel gets brought up. Of course, Israel is the issue. The real issue is Israel. Oh my God, the Israelis, they're behind everything. It was Israel all along. And here's my position on foreign influence from the Israelis. We should not have it, and if we do have it, it should be disclosed. And by the way, that's one of the reasons why I'm in favor of finding out if this guy operating in China is funding all these activist nonprofits in the United States of America at the behest of the Chinese government. But let us be real about what's happening here. We're not seeing something related to Israel so that we can call out foreign funding in all regards. What we're seeing right here is third worldist anti-American propaganda, because they're using the abstract idea of Israeli funding, which, by the way, is real for certain people. Obviously, influencers are getting money from them. That has been widely reported, as a way to deflect from this. So this is a two wrongs make a who cares, rather than, hey, let's call this all out to the forefront.
Oh, some of them have money. Oh, well, you didn't notice all the AIPAC money, but you're noticing money that Code Pink has? Maybe? Theoretically? Through marriage?
Thugs.
Oh, come on.
Total thugs.
Come on. Oh.
And considering Cuba is a designated enemy of the United States of America, while Israel is considered an ally of the United States of America, again, regardless of what you think, the idea that we would allow less transparency from a designated enemy versus an ally of what's expected there, absurd and ridiculous. But again, this is being legitimately thrown out here as a terrible form of argumentation. And if you don't believe that this comes from a third worldist anti-American mindset, just listen to Anna talk about how Cubans in the United States of America, people of Cuban descent, need to let it go. They need to just let the Cubans fall to the communists, lose their country forever.
Dragon, Fidel Castro won. Cuban Americans need to stop crying. Look, a lot of Cuban Americans did lose everything in the revolution, and they are super bitter and salty about it. But you're in America now, okay? You got amnesty. You got amnesty in the best country in the world. So celebrate that. See yourself as an American, and don't be so obsessed with something that literally happened many, many decades ago. I know that's a hard thing for people to accept. I mean, obviously, what happened to Armenians in Nagorno-Karabakh, I care about it deeply. I talked about it on the show. I'm not obsessing about it constantly and demanding that my government, expend as many of their resources as possible to go after Azerbaijan.
And compare that to the last 3+ years of content on TYT and every other platform Anna's been on, and how she feels about Muslims, being expected to act like any other people when they lose a war and surrendering. And by the way, they lost the initial war for the particular territory back in 1948, which is further back than Cuba being lost to the communists. And by the way, this is why I hate the Israeli topic. I hate the Palestinianism that we're seeing emerging in the United States of America, because this particular topic, more than any other, causes otherwise rational or otherwise people who are capable of making consistent arguments to constantly trip over themselves and make ridiculous and absurd claims. And in reality, I would love to be in a place where even people who are designated allies or friendly nations to the United States of America didn't have so much influence over this country.
Oh, some of them have money. Oh, well, you didn't notice all the AIPAC money, but you're noticing money that Code Pink has? Maybe?
And yes, I absolutely want to know where all these groups are getting their money, and if it is connected to foreign powers, and specifically and especially hostile foreign powers. Powers hostile to the United States of America. Powers that don't have some diverging interests from the United States of America, but are completely diametrically opposed to us. I prioritize that over, again, countries that are aligned, that, again, still have converging interests that we need to watch out for. But you know what? That's just me being the Israeli shill. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but that $7,000 per post, that gets paid to the bottom tier influencers. I actually get paid $14,000 per post because I worked out that deal with AI-generated Benjamin Netanyahu, because that's how much of an Israeli shill that I am, that I barely talk about this topic, and I constantly say, yes, I want to know know who's being paid by Israel. I want to know who's being paid by Saudi Arabia. I want to know who's being paid by absolutely everyone, because I feel like the foreign influence on our conversation and the foreign meddling in our social media has gotten to a degree that it's completely out of proportion. I mean, guys, how many times have we seen that Pakistani bot accounts, which by the way, oftentimes aren't even acting on behalf of Pakistan, they're just mooching off the monetization on Twitter, which is petty for an American, but actually more than the salary that they could get in a year, that they can get through engagement in a month over there. But like, how many times do we have to find out that one of these campaigns is just driven by some foreign third worlder trying to cause division, again, in order to just put a little bit money in their pocket? So yeah, if I'm concerned about that, the individual Pakistani or Indian bot account that again is not connected to the government, I don't give a damn ally or enemy. If you are a government trying to influence our country, I want to know about it, and I want to limit it to the strongest degree possible, again, that is aligned with the First Amendment. Now, with all that being said, I want to get back to Jenk's nephew, because he would have to be incredibly stupid as somebody who makes the amount of money that he makes from Twitch and all these other revenue streams that he has, because the guy's a multi-millionaire. And if you guys are unaware, there was a Twitch leak like 5-6 years ago that said he was pulling in over 200K a month from Twitch. I'm assuming that's only gone up over time to actually take money from this foreign billionaire or from the Cuban government, and thus actually be a foreign agent, again, that is being paid to advocate on behalf of those foreign nations. Now, by the way, there also is an element of the story that nobody's talking about, which of course is the fact that JD Vance, the Vice President of the United States of America, follows Shoe on Head on Twitter, and Jenk's nephew recently got into a dust-up with Shoe on Head that we covered on this channel. So maybe, just maybe, this subpoena is JD Vance defending his hero, defending his YouTube favorite, Shoe on Head, and we have her to thank for all of this. So while it is possible, and I would definitely love to see him go down if he was actually taking money from these foreign governments in an illegal way, or coordinating with them in an illegal way, the fact is, it is very unlikely this will actually lead to a prosecution of him. And honestly, even if the subpoena ends up going down the line and indictment, the way that the Trump administration puts together these cases, great example by the way, is the worst case I've seen in a very long time, and honestly an embarrassing one for the Trump admin, which is the James Comey 8647 rocks on a beach criminal case. Yeah, I would have to actually see a conviction before I believed any of this was real, again, based on their past history. They have not shown themselves to be adequate in being able to prosecute these particular cases, and until we actually see that, until I see the evidence, I'm actually going to say this, even though it's shocking, Jenk's nephew, in terms of criminal liability, is innocent until proven guilty. Now, that being said, he is a third worldist, he is anti-American, he's probably coordinating against the United States of America for free, or again, due to the fact that his audience is paying him to do so, so he's a reprehensible individual who, by the way, would not hesitate to celebrate you being locked up, so no sympathy for him at all whatsoever. But yeah, as of right now, the idea that he's going down criminally, that's just clickbait. It is what it is. I gotta be perfectly honest with you guys. But you know what? Those are just my thoughts. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. As usual, if you like this video, show them by leaving a like, subscribe for more content, follow me on my social medias. You can support me via the support links in the description of this video. This has been me talking about Jenk's nephew. Maybe going to jail eventually in the future, but probably not. Until next time.
More than 1,000 Roman artifacts have just been discovered in a Swiss lake, and the find is stunning archaeologists around the world. The objects were pulled from Lake Lucerne, and they include coins, fibulae, that's the ancient equivalent of safety pins, the more you know, along with miniature figurines, bells, and other small items. Researchers believe the artifacts were ritual offerings tossed into the water by Romans seeking favor from the gods. What makes this story so remarkable isn't just the sheer number of objects, it's how well preserved they are. The cold, still waters of the lake kept them in extraordinary condition for nearly 2 millennia. So on a cold day in November 2024, 2 scuba divers carefully approached something on the lake bed. They both worked with the Octopus Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to underwater exploration, and they were about to make a huge
Breaking, oh my god, wait, Nux looks incredible.
Nux looks incredible, and it's like the same PNG I've been using for like 5 years.
Yeah, no, wait, the background looks so good, dude. All right.
We're flagging it right now. Look at us flag it.
Yeah, that's real nice.
Yo, at least we don't have like the pedophile flags that the other people have.
Oh yeah, fuck with that, man. I saw one of those in the bar that I was at yesterday. Both the original one and the one that has like the trans and the black and brown lines on it as well.
Dude, I love that they made black people like part of the LGBT community.
Right.
That's a huge W.
When did this happen? I have not heard about this.
You've seen,
you did.
The LGBTQ flag, the one with like the trans color like arrow shape on it, but it's also got brown and black in there as well.
It's like Palestine shape. It's the shape of the Palestine flag with all the colors.
They added black people to the LGBT.
They put black and brown stripes to the LGBT community.
To represent black and brown people.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's just, it seems needlessly inclusive, doesn't it? It's like, what else could you really, you could add pretty much anything in that case.
I can't believe that. I've never heard of that. That's why I like talking to you guys. Because I remember, Jake, we talked for the first time the other day, and I learned so many things, and it's nice to hear this. And Nux, every single time we talk, we have some great, I think you consider it radicalizing me, the conversation we had about women, and I think we did, what, Palestine and Israel and all that stuff?
Well, we did not do that yet. I could radicalize you on that, but we didn't do that one.
Great. We'll do a little bit of Israel radicalization today. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with the what is it now? No, the 2S LGBTQIA. Fuck, what is it? And I don't know, bro. The whole
the Canadian one.
Yeah, there's so many letters now. I can't even keep track of it. Two souls is where I was like, all right, I give up.
When are they gonna put right wingers in there? Do you think?
Never, probably.
Fuck it, like. Everyone.
Yeah, it's
that'll be after the genocide.
Yes.
Yeah, which I do
believe. Truly become a minority.
This is going to lead me on to a conversation I want to have later. But first, yeah, thanks for being here, guys. It's going to be a fun conversation.
Of course.
I've been looking forward to doing this for a while. Jake, I've actually wanted to talk to you for quite a bit. I found out about you about probably like 3 months ago. And I was like, holy shit, this guy looks insane. And I heard you talk, and I was like, wait a minute. This guy is fucking sick. So... Yeah, before we talk, I'm actually curious, because obviously, a lot of people probably say you have a very, like, interesting, very striking, very unique appearance. Like, could you tell us, like, how did your journey into goth start?
Jeez. I mean, it started back in, like, 2004. It was, I saw Trivium on TV, like this metalcore band, because metalcore was becoming, like, a thing, like, Americanized metalcore was becoming a thing, and, like, Bullet and Valentine was coming out, and that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, okay, cool. I want to get an electric guitar and I want to play this shit. And then I started getting into like weird shit. Like Mudvayne came out with Dig, and they were doing like the fucking face paint and shit. And Cold Chamber. There was a few other bands that were doing like the whole makeup thing. And then it didn't really start until I went into college. And I got addicted to this thing called J-Rock. It's not a drug. It's music.
Yeah.
And it's like it's rock music specifically from Japan, and J-Rock like encompasses pretty much any genre that comes from there. But there was like this post-punk sounding band called Deer and Grey from Japan, and they were playing a local show near my college, and I sort of like started brushing up on what they were doing, the kind of stuff that they played, and like their back catalog, and it was basically this look, and I was like, this is the best shit I've ever seen. And I was just like,
you're a fan of Metalocalypse too, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Not only is the writing fucking great, but it's metal, man. It's like metal, and it's comedy. It's everything that anyone would ever want. But like, yeah, it was goth from the 80s through a Japanese filter. And no one knew about it, which was perfect for me. So I get to be the fucking contrarian, walking around, just being like, you have never heard of my favorite fucking thing, and that's why it's important to me.
Yeah, it was actually because I recently found out about you. I was like consuming a lot of your content at a very disgustingly high degree, and I got recommended some of your older stuff. Bro, you look way better now than you did like 3 years ago.
Well, 3 years ago, I went through my last bulk of my adult life. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get shredded.
Yeah.
Again, because this is not the first time I've been slim. Because like you saw the post I made on Twitter of me like post workout.
Yes.
Looking.
Yeah, you look insane. Yeah, you look fucking insane.
Just to make sure that like leftists don't think they can just approach me on the street and just try and exact some sort of physical justice.
Of course.
But yeah, I did my last bulk about 3 years ago, and it was a heavy bulk, man. Because I've been doing bulks and cuts for the last 10 years, and I was like, you know what? One more fucking bulk, and then I'm gonna shred down and stay shredded down. And I got to like 230 pounds. I'm 5'10", so 230 is quite. That's
no,
quite
that's
a lot.
fucking huge.
Yeah, but I was benching 315.
Jesus Christ.
I was benching 3 fucking plates.
No,
and
that's
I was deadlifting 420 pounds.
How many reps could you do with 315?
I did 3.
That's gross.
So it wasn't even a 1 rep. I wasn't gonna do 1 rep because I don't have a spotter, but
yeah.
I was doing 3 reps, 1 set, 315. I was strong as shit.
My 1 rep max ever was like maybe like 5 months ago. I got like it was somewhere between 290 and 300. I always wanted to get to 315, man, but every single time my shoulder would just get completely fucked up.
That's why I stopped benching, man. It's the straight bar. Yeah. You're coming down, your wrists have to stay straight with the butt. Well, here, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's why I do dumbbells now, because it's far more neutral grip like this.
Yeah.
What about you, Nux? What's your favorite workout, man? Get on this hinge.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, Nux, you've been looking great, man.
Oh, thank you. It's the American flag in the background. Yeah, I don't work out nearly enough, but you know.
It's
Nux can bench like 500 pounds.
I have this really bad relationship with Nux because I've talked to him for so many years, and this is all I know. What you say is all I know, and so I always forget he's a VTuber, and so frequently I'll say, "Bro, all VTubers are fucking faggots," and then I'm like, "Wait, Nux is a VTuber." It happens all the time, and people are like, "What about Nux? What about Nux? What about Nux?" And I'm like, "Oh, fuck, he's a VTuber."
Goths are the same, man. Like, all goths are faggots,
you know what I
but then
look
there's
like
the exceptions to the
You
rule.
have seen me, right? You've seen beyond the cartoon.
Of course.
Like you're one of those few that I don't expect to stab me in the back and destroy me.
Well, just wait, bro. Just wait. I'll do it eventually.
You know, I'm not saying it's not gonna happen.
Statistically, it's very high. Who knows, man? Maybe I'll get a big sponsor opportunity that says "Damn the Jews," and I'll get like $5 million. I remember there was one sponsor. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. That was really grilling me into the transphobia I was spewing on my platform. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. For $250,000, I went live. I was like, guys, I can't be transphobic. I have trans friends. I had no trans friends at all, but like, I needed money bad back then. That's the only time I've ever sold my soul. But
I'm not gonna lie. The reason why left-wing politics are so like everywhere is because they will kill you if you don't say the thing.
I know.
All right, if you don't kneel to Saint George Floyd, blessed be his fent, all right, you will be executed.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, look at Gina Carano.
Yeah.
Who the
She
fuck
was.
is
She
that?
is a casualty of that. She was.
Wait, tell me about this. Who is this?
She was like on The Mandalorian. She was fired from Disney for being racist or something. Same with what's her name? Roseanne Barr, right? She said I thought that bitch was white, and she got fired. She got fired from what was it, ABC? Like she was like a talk show host.
Man, Gina Carano. She recently got annihilated in 40 seconds by Ronda Rousey. Did you see that fight?
I did see that fight.
He tapped out in 17 or 40 seconds or something. It's crazy how
Yeah,
how
it was
fast
a
that
round 1 tap out, armbar submission, very quick.
But someone actually pointed something out to me as to why that probably happened. Apparently, Gina Carano had spent the last year losing 100 fucking pounds. You're in no condition to be fighting if you've been in a calorie deficit for a year.
Oh yeah, absolutely fucking not. 100%.
Yeah. But from what I can remember, she was in The Mandalorian and she's doing a great job, whatever. And then I think she tweeted something around the lines of God, being right-wing these days is like being a Jew in the Holocaust or something like that. And,
that was it. That was it. I remember. It was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then do you know what? They got her like a Jew in the Holocaust.
Literally.
Yeah, they proved her fucking right. Like immediately proved her right. And then she went to court for wrongful termination. I'm pretty sure she settled out of court with Disney and made a shit ton of cash.
How the fuck did I not hear about this?
I mean, it's
Yeah,
one of
that
those-
was big.
I think there was a bunch of other things going on at the same time.
Like,
but,
I am so chronically online, I hear everything. It's very rare I don't hear about that. And that's what got me to, I'm sure at some point in y'all's careers you've been called a right-wing grifter. Everybody on the right wing has been called a grifter at some point in their career, I'm sure. But it just makes no sense to ever do that because you lose everything the moment you start talking about right-wing politics. I mean, 5 of my videos in the past week, but to be fair, I upload 5 every day, so I mean, it's bound to happen. But I've had, I had an Israel video taken down. I had 2 Nick Fuentes
It was
videos
taken down?
Yes.
Wait, it was taken down or like you took it down?
It was taken down. I can send you. Yeah, I can send you. It's, Nick Fuentes videos taken down as well as. Sorry, Nick Fuentes videos that were completely shadow banned, and then I had a trans video just yesterday taken down as well. Because it was considered hate speech what I said, and trans people are in a protected class on the internet, and you were not allowed to say things that could.
Dude, I got a YouTube strike for calling Keir Starmer a faggot. Okay, all right, I'm not kidding. All right, and then I appealed it, and I talked to my YouTube contact, and he was like, "You can't use the word faggot when referring to Keir Starmer."
Yeah,
That's what he is, though, man. Serious?
Yep.
Well, that's the Prime Minister of England.
Oh, bro,
Yes.
I got a strike on my channel because I said that Hassan Piker fantasizes about sucking Asmongold's cock.
Which is literally true.
It is literally true. I know. Every time, bro, you see that boner start popping up. He's such a dude. I have such Hassan fatigue. It's bad, guys. Like he's doing this thing right now.
The fatigue is wiped away. They subpoenaed that motherfucker. He immediately squealed on all of his Chinese billionaires that were funding all his
yeah.
brothers.
I just saw that.
Absolute cinema. Let's go.
Was it Gingham or Lingham or something? And he was just like, yeah, it's just like this one guy like funding everything, and it's like,
bro, that is huge. That is a crazy admission.
That's massive. It's like, oh, okay, Jesus Christ. So you really were just following the paycheck, man.
He also said, this is my favorite thing he said. It was like, I was like talking to a friend of mine who was in an Israeli jail. Oh, you mean a Hamas terrorist? Like,
I was just casually talking to a terrorist the other day, and he said,
yeah, but he was one of the good ones. He was one of the nice terrorists, of course.
Yeah, he made sure to only rape adults over 18.
They were raping.
Good. Now, can you send me that clip of Discord if you have a chance today? Because I have such a soft fatigue right now because it's the way that he talks where, I've been talking a lot about martyrs and people who want to be martyrs and all that shit. And the way that he's talking is just driving me fucking insane. I can't stand anything about the fucking guy where he's like saying, free me. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Oh my God.
Calls himself a revolutionary. When Trump got shot in the head and he stood up and pumped his fist out, this dude got a gay subpoena, all right, and he's sitting there in tears, crying about how he needs to get freed.
I mean, this was the perfect opportunity to rally people around him, just be like, hey guys, the American government came after me, and fuck them, communism, yeah. Like,
absolutely.
Fucking really, lean into it and just be like, I actually am a rebel, the government's trying to stop me. And there he is, going, oh, fuck, and then squeals on everybody. And, immediately the next stream. Also, why is it every single stream I see from Hassan, it's in a different room? What is going on there?
Because he's doing political canvassing and shit for all of his jihadist friends.
It's like touring. He's touring from. Because it looks like
he goes from terrorist running for Congress to terrorist running for Congress to make sure that they do their best to win.
God, there's something that makes me so happy about not shitting on Hassan, man. I see so much. It's comforting, It's like it's like having a nice home-cooked meal from mom. It just makes me feel like everything's normal and it's gonna be okay.
I just feel like we hate him for the same reason. He slandered both of us. He supports terrorism. He hates our country, and he's gonna find out, and it's very entertaining.
Yeah, it is.
This dude said, "Is it gonna make your life better if I go to jail?"
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Yes, it'll make my life awesome. It'll be so cool if you go to jail.
Yeah, he did say that earlier today.
Yep.
Yes. glad you mentioned that.
As if that's why he's going to prison. It's like, yeah, you're going to prison purely because you are an annoyance, Hassan, and nothing else. That's it. It's not all the connections that you have.
My favorite thing is the argument is so like retarded too. It's like, will it really make your life better if you step on a cockroach in your kitchen?
But yeah, exactly. If you actually do want me to answer your question, Hassan, yeah, it'd be fucking great, man.
It's definitely an IQ
Unifying
test.
moment.
It's been an IQ test amongst content creators. I've seen many content creators go live on Twitter and say, guys, you don't want Hassan to go to jail because if he does, we all will. No, that's just like not what he's being arrested
Tell me
for.
the content creators. Tell me the content creators, and you'll notice they all have something in common. Tell me the ones that said that.
Yeah, I'll DM you.
I can say them out loud.
Go ahead, man.
It's Nico, an Islamist. It's Myron Gaines, an Islamist. It's Mike from PA, a communist. I can't possibly think of the through line here. That's crazy.
Yeah. There's more, by the way. There's more.
Yeah, did you see the Reddit expose?
Did they fit into any of those two categories?
Well, there's a very high chance of that, Nux. There is a very high chance of that. I have not seen the Reddit threads now.
Right. So the benefactor that Hassan was talking about, was it Gingham or whatever his fucking name was, the American citizen living in China that's a centimillionaire that was funding all of these communist groups. Apparently, there's like strong ties to a bunch of like high-profile communist anti-capitalism Reddit threads, like Reddit forums.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I don't know where that's gonna go just yet. Just that it's actually been pointed out that there's a strong connection between all of those. So once again, Reddit is being affected by a fallout resulting from some sort of YouTuber being a little too fucking stupid. Like, what was the last one? You had the snark mods
for Ethan
Klein situation.
Yeah.
And then now Hassan's taken down, and then Reddit once again is gonna be fucking spanked. That entire cesspit needs to be fucking erased, man. Reddit is just a fucking hellscape.
Yeah, it blows.
It could be the most effective honey trap ever if the FBI actually gets its shit together.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, you get access to the name logs on that shit? Jesus.
Yeah, actual just terrorist database.
Yeah, I mean, it's so openly stupid. It's just like you should be using some sort of like TOR or Tor or something. Like, you should not be that openly on the surface web. You should not be promoting this kind of soft terrorism essentially, because you know we can find out who you are. You know, there's like a fucking trail here. You get subpoenaed and we get the information. You're fucked. Again, that already happened. Did anyone know how far that went actually with the snark mods?
It's still ongoing. I'm following that case very closely. Ethan is absolutely slaughtering them right now. They put a motion to dismiss the subpoena and it was denied. Yeah, they will be getting all their information. That will be happening very soon. Well, as soon as it can in legal terms. These things take a very, very, very long amount of time. And that's why a lot of people are okay with committing crimes, because to actually be punished for committing crimes, it takes a incredibly long amount of time, as well as also lying about reporting a crime, because you can say, oh yeah, I reported it 8 months ago, but for some reason nothing happened. It's bullshit, bro. The legal system's currently being taken advantage of on the internet. Also, side note to talk about Reddit, I really fucking hate that platform. I stopped using it forever ago because I think the problem with Reddit users is it gives this kind of pseudo-intellectualism if you are a user of Reddit, but in reality, all Reddit is kind of like a, what's the word? People who seek people to approve everything that they say. They don't really go there to speak against the common narrative, and because God forbid they lose any Reddit karma, they're just there to circle jerk each other on every single forum and just say the thing that everybody wants them to say. So it's no different.
Echo chamber.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's an echo chamber. That's all it is. And that's why, honestly, dude, 4chan is more reputable for the things they talk about than fucking Reddit. But
yeah, you know the term that I use for Ethan Klein destroying all of like the Hassan orbit in like these lawsuits?
No.
A genocide.
Yeah.
They just can't help themselves, can they?
Yep. I actually went on a 1 hour and 15-minute rant this morning. I don't know if any of you guys were in my stream when I started. I hope not, because man, I was very fucking pissed off. Maybe it was the caffeine, because I realized the coffee I was drinking had 500 milligrams of caffeine when I thought it had 200, so I've been like kind of cracked the fuck out. So I lowered it a little bit, but I went on this issue where there's a lot of content creators, and I'm curious to hear y'all's experience with this because I know you guys are you're different than a lot of people who I've talked to before. There's a lot of content creators who really enjoy saying what they're gonna do and what's bullshit and what they can't fucking stand, yet they continue to perpetuate what's bullshit, what they can't stand, and what they think is bad. So for example, I'm so fucking tired hearing content creators talk about how bad Twitch is, and then they still stream exclusively on Twitch. I am so tired of hearing people say how bullshit it is that they can't say what they want to say, yet they continue to perpetuate things and platforms and systems and do sponsors where they can't say what they want to say. And I'm curious, am I the only one noticing how much conviction content creators lack for their actual ideals on social media these days? Or is that a me thing? And I'm curious for your experience with this, Jake.
No, that is actually 100% a lack of conviction. I mean, fucking, to bring up Hassan again, he did that shit as well, where it's just like, he was at some sort of meeting at a hotel or something, and he was just talking about, well, like, someone has to do it, referring to assassinating political
killing
targets.
Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, but not him, right? Not you, Hassan. Not you. Someone else has to do it. Someone else fix the fucking. I can complain about it, but someone else has to fix the fucking problem. But yeah, people do have they have problems with their convictions. They'll complain about it, and then whenever it comes to actually hindering yourself in order to make a change, no, they're not going to do that. People get far too fucking comfortable.
Yeah, if they take 1% of any discomfort whatsoever, they lose all of their conviction. They won't do anything they fucking say. And it's irritating. You know, I had this issue where, like, there was these games that I used to play, and I tried for years to get them to make changes. The moment I realized that the developers are never going to fucking change, I quit those fucking games. But people just don't do that. I don't know what it is, whether it's like time sunk fallacy or money sunk fallacy or maybe just being a pussy. But no, what experience have you had with this?
So I think it's two things. On the one hand, I think that everyone's lazy. Like, they're lazy LARPing revolutionaries. You know, that is basically what feminism got you. You know, like, you will notice when people give you death threats,
bring me a
right?
cold
If you
one,
get a death
I
threat
might
from like a
give you a
third worlder,
discount.
like a guy from Pakistan, bro's just gonna say, "I'm gonna come and kill you." Right? If you get a death threat from like a blue-haired libtard, it's like, I hope someone kills you. But I'm not gonna do what I know. You know, like, so, like, we are dealing with the laziest, effeminate, LARPing revolutionaries of all time that we're dealing with.
Speaking of LARPers,
that's on the one hand.
every single transgender person. Second of all, I hate these content creators who LARP saying, "Oh, I'm getting so many death threats," and it's people telling them to kill themselves. That's not a death threat.
I got
okay?
just a
That's
job.
a suggestion.
It's a deal.
Exactly.
Disappoint
it's a
me,
suggestion
and
of
you'll
what
find
you should
yourself
do.
on the
And I'm
wrong end
tired
of a
content
road.
creators like me who are like, "Hey, this is a photo of your front door. If you go live again, I'm gonna fucking kill you." Okay?
I got one today. I got a death threat today.
Let's go!
Yeah. It was this skinny, smelly punk guy who's not aware that I'm fucking hench as shit underneath this blazer, and he was like, "Dude, I used to watch your content years ago. I just saw your stuff now, and you're like a fucking right-wing Nazi or
I love when
whatever."
people do that.
Yeah.
I used to love your content, and now you don't like it when little girls get raped? Wow.
Going to girls' bathrooms? You fucking monster. And he was just like, "Anyway, if I see you around, I'm gonna bash your brains in. Hate from America." And I was like, "Thanks, man." Like, I would dismantle you, but sure.
From America too? Really?
Yeah, it was an American, yeah.
Well, I mean, if they were in England, they would go to jail for tweets or something.
I send the right to Stammer. You think I wouldn't? I'd send it right to him.
Oh, never mind. You're right.
That's
the
so
other thing that I think is very, very common in the public discourse, especially on the left, I am convinced that people if you're a leftist, you're either a psychopath or you're just retarded. You have two options. I'm not going to judge. But I think that they, you know, to quote Freeran, they use words to deceive you. They don't actually believe in the words that they say.
How many bullets do you need to take? You're not even fucking feral. God damn.
Right, well, I mean, it's true. You see it all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
Like,
Stephen Colbert loses his show, which was, by the way, losing $40 million a year. He loses his show. Trump is a threat to democracy. He's a fascist. He hates freedom of speech. Meanwhile, they were all celebrating when Trump got banned from the internet while he was a sitting president in his first term. All right? You know, so they don't care about the First Amendment. All right? Oh, we want all trans people to be able to get guns. Meanwhile, they're talking about how they want to, you know, repeal the Second Amendment and they want to ban guns. All right? They don't actually have convictions. They only have your morals that they will use on you. You know, it's like,
try
oh,
to-
good, the godless communist is gonna quote the Bible at me. You know, oh wow, great.
That's the authoritarianism that
Wait,
they
so-
that they say they hate so very, very much.
Jake, you said you did a
it's
study
not,
on this?
It's not that they hate government. They hate our government. They love theirs. They would very much love to have
Hassan
big
Piker
government on their
makes
side.
believe he's anti-imperialist. He talks about America's bad because of imperialism, etc. He supports Russia and China. He just supports the other empire. All right, he's not anti-imperialist. All right, it's again.
He's just anti-America.
He's just anti-America.
Yeah, it's plain and simple. In fact, once you realize that he's anti-American, regardless of what America's doing, he becomes very, very easy to predict. Every single world event, every geopolitical event that is happening, which usually has America involved in it in some way, you can bet your ass he is going to immediately start the stream and be like, guys, America's wrong in this, and I'm going to tell you why. And he's going to give you the most dog shit take you've ever fucking heard.
Your Hassan Piker voice is perfect, by the way. 10 out of 10, man.
I just made my first ever Hassan Piker video yesterday.
I'm proud of you, man. Welcome to the club.
Welcome.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Let's see if it is a one-off, but okay.
It won't.
I just completely. I just need to go off. I need to go off the script here.
Yeah.
Massive tangent here. I heard Nick Fuentes say something, and I think I'm going to stand in my lexicon forever. I heard him say brown clown, and I'm just
brown clown on Sneeko.
That's the Sneeko insult.
Yeah, brown clown.
Yeah, that's what he called.
Yeah,
So these
but
this
there's a reason.
camp out's done by
It's
brown
'cause-
clowns.
It's because Sneeko's retarded. That's
Yes,
why.
he is.
I'm laughing.
Oh.
I don't know if it's- listen, man, he picked the dumbest ideology of all time to hitch himself to. I'm not gonna make claims that this is
The Muslim one? Yeah. Do you
He's
think
converted to Islam.
But a bunch of them did do that. Like Sneeko did that. Tate did that, I think, at one point.
Tate, the difference is Tate regrets it, and he doesn't talk about it anymore. All right.
The consistency.
He did
in
it
this,
when
do
it
you
was
think it had
popular.
something to do with Dubai or Qatar? Do you think maybe it was some sort of like funding?
For who?
Just in
For
general.
Sneeko?
like,
No,
with
I think Sneeko did it because he was just kind of sucking his dick.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah,
it
the
was weird
Sneeko
how-
Tate affiliation was very weird for several years.
Unified by some sort of brand sponsorship, but
Yeah.
you know it was.
I
you
don't
had
know
all these
about.
guys converting
I
to
just
Islam.
think Sneeko's retarded. Like he's an actual like fly-high guy. It's crazy watching him like talk to people.
Oh yeah.
Andrew Tate
Did you
did
see
have
him get assaulted on the
a.
street? That was crazy.
I
The guy
didn't see
punched
that.
him when he was.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I know
Andrew Tate has this effect on young men like Sneeko back in the day, or even Aiden Ross, that just made him really fucking weird. Like I honestly have nothing against Aiden Ross. I actually think he's an amazing content creator. But the whole shit where he would like smell Andrew Tate's seat when he would stand up, like I get it's like for content, but like also like. God, like, is that the content you want to do? Like, that's just weird as fuck. Like, I don't even
I mean,
know what
that's straight up for clip farming, no doubt.
Yeah, but even still,
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
what is
it's
that?
weird, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's clip farming. Like,
No, but
spoken to him
Sneeko,
since?
the thing is, like, if you've been paying attention to like the Sneeko arc, he backstabs everyone. You know, he used to work for Keemstar, backstabbed him. He was in a Mr. Beast video, backstabbed him. All right, he was friends with Andrew Tate, backstabbed him. Friends with Nick Fuentes, backstabbed him. Like crazy, actually.
Well, I mean, that actually tracks perfectly with what you said about him being 85 IQ. He's opportunistic. He has no loyalties
Yeah.
whatsoever. He's always going to seize the next opportunity. to
When
gain
did
something.
Sneeko backstab Mr. Beast?
Yeah,
He was
I
in a
want to hear
Mr.
that
Beast
actually.
video. He was
Yeah.
in a Mr. Beast video a while ago, like driving Lego cars or something. And after that, you know, he wasn't invited to like another Mr. Beast video, and he immediately went out and like shitting on him, talking about how he's actually like bad. and stuff.
I can't believe there was a Mr. Beast Sneeko collab. That's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah. That's like Miss Rachel collaborating with I don't know, someone controversial that I can't really think of. Hassan
Miss
Piker.
Rachel has collabed with Zoran Mamdani, by the way.
That was
Fun
real? I
fact.
thought that was AI.
No, that was real. That was real.
Oh, fuck.
They freed Palestine. I don't know if you heard the news.
He did?
Yeah. Miss Rachel and Zoran Mamdani collabed to free Palestine. It was
Oh my
crazy.
god. Just
Yeah,
imagine the
I
smell
can't-
of that room.
Disgusting. I can't stop thinking about that Zohan Mamdani being a Power Ranger supervillain name, bro.
Zoran. Like, like some sort of cult leader. Like, praise be to Zoran.
Bro, someone in your chat is coping and thinks that Sneeko is high IQ. He literally did an IQ test on stream and got like a 93. I'm just saying.
Oh, he did a free one on the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, those boost your IQ score by about 5.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, so
my estimate's
it's
around
lower
85.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I did an IQ test on the internet was like probably like maybe like 3 months ago, and I got a 112. I remember I got the same score as XQC. And then I remember the last one I did before that, I was in like 3rd grade, and I always thought I was a fucking super genius because I got like a fucking like 170 or 180 when I was in 3rd grade. I have no idea how the fuck I did it. And then my parents were like, "Oh my God, my kid, he's a genius. Like, oh, you're going to go to Harvard. You're going to get us out of the fucking ghetto." And I'm like, "Oh yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go back and play some more Battle Online. Play some
I want to make some popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah. Those online IQ tests, they're fantastic. Because whenever someone takes them on stream, because I've taken one before, but whenever someone takes them, and it's like, guys, I got like a what was it, 93 at Sneeko? It's like it's like 8. They boost it up to get you to be like, I'm super mega smart. I'm gonna sign up for this thing so I can do the brain training and potentially increase my IQ, which is not how it works.
Dude, I have never seen a good Sneeko take though. Like that's the problem. Like I'm still waiting. Maybe one day I'll find one.
But what's
like
his,
Thomas
what's his
Massey
viral
lost his
potential?
election and he. What? Sorry.
What's his viral potential? He's just entertainingly stupid, perhaps.
No, he has viewers that are dumber than him. He LARPs for the Pakistanis. He went to Haiti to talk about how Haiti is a first world country. My God, and then he got sick and he was like dying there.
Did he not think that for that long period of time where you couldn't fly to Haiti because it isn't a first world country? Do you think maybe that he should have clued in then?
Dude,
like didn't a drug organization take over the government there and you couldn't go there?
Look, you're in England. You probably don't understand the American politics drama with Haitians, but it's very funny. So originally, the Haitians got a protective status in America while they were eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, you know, right? So they're doing all that, and they got a temporary protective status because you're gonna send them back to Haiti, you're gonna fucking die. That place sucks. They're gonna kill each other, right? And you can't send them back to Haiti, right? So they got a temporary protective status. Trump removed the temporary. Trump said Haiti's a shithole. All the Democrats. Haiti is better than America. Haiti's amazing. It's the greatest place in the world. We fucking love Haiti. And then Trump's like, okay, we're going to deport them to Haiti. No, they'll die.
Oh my God. You know what, Trump and his... Do you know what TDS, I think, is the most powerful tool
it is.
that you could possibly possess.
It's incredible.
You can literally lead your enemies to self-annihilation by claiming that thing is like... no bad or good, and they will go to a place that's like, this place in the Middle East is the worst place ever. You go there, you'll die immediately. We don't like this. And people will be like, yeah, well, fucking watch this asshole, and they go there, they get fucking
Dude, my favorite example of it, because like I always make a joke that like they'll tell people that breathing is good and they'll stop breathing.
Yeah,
but, do you remember when
the leftist problem over the weekend?
Yeah, right. But he said. He said that they just made a discovery that if you take too much Tylenol while you're pregnant, it increases the chances of the baby coming out with autism.
Oh my God.
And literal pregnant women died overdosing on Tylenol to own Trump.
Yeah, I saw that. In fact,
yeah,
I did look up on the studies of that, and it said something around the lines of like it could potentially cause difficulty or issues for the child. Could potentially.
Yeah, I'm not here to back his science. I'm here to say that these people are retarded. Like, no, they were downing full.
Oh my God! Oh my God! The cats want popcorn so bad.
Stomach pumping into the hospital.
Yeah, and they're putting their own children at risk here.
Like, oh my God, buddy's in my lap. I'm not even fully sitting down yet. He's in my lap.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ, was it 33% of Gen Z was a
don't give me that look.
Yeah,
it's my popcorn.
A lot of people were saying abortion is worse than the Holocaust. What is it, like 66
Well, this is
million?
why there's such a
numbers-wise, it is objectively.
Yeah, this is why there's such a strong, pervasive narrative that that sort of runs alongside women's rights for abortion. The other being that it's not actually a baby. It's actually not that.
It's a clump of
not
cells.
a person. It's not a bit. Yeah, clump of cells.
Right,
It's this
but
and
they
that.
have to do that.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
they
they
do.
just admit that they're just doing industrialized child sacrifice.
Exactly.
Well, they're okay with other people dying if it makes their life more convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the crazy stat is that 98% of abortions are due to personal preference. Just
Yeah,
they
convenience.
kinda want
It's
it.
legit just convenience. But then they'll say, so once again, I agree. 99% of all abortions are all done to convenience because they just don't want to deal with the baby. But then the only thing they'll say is, yeah, but what if I was raped? You know, what if I was gonna die? And it's like, sure, those are subjects that are harder to talk about, which we can, by the way. But they label the exception as the overarching rule, and it's just not. No, you're not gonna fucking die if you have a kid. Also, people are so brainwashed for thinking that if you have a baby, it's gonna ruin your life, your body's gonna be destroyed forever. Yada 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 yada, and it's just so full of shit.
You're
And
not
having a
climbing
kid
up
is the
there to
best
get
thing
some
you could possibly
popcorn.
fucking do, and I agree. People are saying, "Oh yeah, a baby costs $50,000 to $60,000 every year." Just like fucking no, it doesn't. What are you doing? Feeding it gold and diamonds? That's just not how it fucking works. Babies are actually very, very affordable. I've been researching this a lot, by the way. Children are very affordable if you're just not retarded as a fucking
Howdy,
parent.
congratulations. Here's your
Stop
reward.
feeding them caviar.
Yeah. Tyrone don't care.
Yeah, I know Tyrone don't care.
I don't fucking think so, man.
Tyrone don't care.
My baby mom ain't seen a fucking dollar out of me.
Yeah.
Baby's the cheapest shit.
Have you seen the?
It's a nightmare.
Have you seen the
My
baby
shop,
trapping?
my rules. You
epidemic
follow,
happening in China
or you
right
fuck
now?
off.
Oh no, I haven't. You have to fill us in on this.
No.
Yeah, so there's.
I mean, they used to have a rule that you weren't allowed to have more than 2 kids. They'd like kill the kids.
So there's this new channel on YouTube. It's called Wani, and it's this Chinese guy, and it's my current favorite channel. And he talks about these women who have nothing going for them whatsoever. So they get all this plastic surgery, and they
Cha-ching!
they have sex with
Thanks,
millionaires or billionaires, and before they're about to have sex, they bite off the top of the condom, and then they take the dude's load of their pussy, and they have kids with them, and they trap them for millions of
All
dollars.
right, I'm gonna log out. I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm getting tired, man. And the cat's starting to bother me
That is, I'm not gonna lie.
because I've been ignoring
That
them.
is
So I will see you guys in the morning.
more moral than your average whore in America killing their baby. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh yeah.